I can hear fine.
Okay.
It's just as I'm trying to turn the volume up, bro. You should see what my screen doing, right? Think all the windows start dancing and shit. What the fuck? I don't know what the hell I'm doing, bro. Like, I done did something. Bro, this is the second time today that I done did something crazy with this keyboard, though, like, for real. Because, like, earlier today at work, I think I unattached it to my computer, but my computer was asleep. So I couldn't even put in the password to unlock the computer so I could at least use the mouse. Nigga, I had to go get somebody else's keyboard connected to my computer to put in my passcode to unlock it to then reattach my keyboard to my computer through the Bluetooth.
Hey, bro, ain't nothing worse than I lost the Fire Stick remote for downstairs, right?
Oh,
so
shit.
I got the app on my phone. No, I got the app on my phone, so it's fine.
Okay.
But we switched internets, and I forgot when we turned Verizon off to switch the internet on the Fire Stick to the Xfinity one. So now I can't even use the Fire Stick downstairs because I don't have until I buy another Fire Stick to switch the internets, because it's got to be on the Fire Stick and your phone got to be on the same internet.
Oh, okay. So you had it on a separate one.
Yeah, bruh, the Fire Stick was still on Verizon. My phone is now on Xfinity, and because they're on two different ones, it won't link. It pissed me off, dog.
So look, I just got my Fire Stick yesterday, right? And I just hooked everything, or hooked the little stuff up to it or whatever, right? And I'm playing around with it or whatever. Okay, cool, everything working. Now, I didn't tell the kids, like, hey, look, I had to unplug something because the HDMI connection's too close together. I couldn't have the cable box, the Fire Stick, and the PS5 all plugged in at the same time, because they too close together. One is only two at a time. Fire Stick can't be plugged in with something else. So I come home and I'm like, why does this look different? Something looks different about the way the TV and everything is set up. Anyway, I realized what was going on. They just moved it to plug shit in. I was like, okay, cool. Nothing crazy, So I was like, okay, good. But yeah, man, I see what you mean now when you say the Fire Stick remote and the other remote. Because like I look downstairs, bro, I
stay losing. Like, this little Roku remote right here.
Yeah,
this little Roku joint,
bruh.
That bitch come up missing all the time, bro.
It disappears in the sofa.
I had to get a cover for mine so I could find the junk, bro. Like,
then look, see, Breeze, I'm with you, bro. That's what I need, especially the one that glow in the dark like that. Because I promise you,
man, this joint was like 75 cents from the TikTok shop, man. Go ahead, get you one up, bro.
Hey, bro, shout out to House. House always putting us on some stuff he buy off of the TikTok shop. Shout out to House.
TikTok shop is lit.
But man, episode 43, we here, presented by Gel Blasters, our wonderful sponsors up there over Key's shoulder. Episode 43 of Susio Sports. We took off last week because I had some daddy duty shit to do. Key's ended up having some
I felt like shit. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I felt like pure shit, bro. I promise you, if I didn't sleep as much as I did last week, my weekend wouldn't have been as cool as it was.
Bruh. Hey man, we back though. And we got a fresh
Real
intro.
live.
A fresh new intro. Let me see what this is. Okay. I'm liking the way this is going so far.
Said she love me, so I text her back, LOL. Loyalty over love, baby, LOL. People love you, then they hate you, had to tell Odell. They whisper about the W's, but wanna yell your L's. You can't leave, just be locking, it's like Jill Nobel. Or you got them.
Hey, that
And
line.
then Fab and Jada
W,
together
they
is
yell your
amazing,
L.
bro.
I had to pause it right there for a second. Just for a second.
Move, bitch, throw my elbows
Bro,
well.
I listened to this
She ain't really
earlier,
down for
bro,
you,
and
that
I was
Chanel's no
like,
help. The
this shit
worst
is
lies be
crazy.
the ones you gotta tell yourself. Michigan, Vanson, blue and yellow 12s.
Bro, so you know, like, my rule, I don't listen to it or watch it or nothing until we play it here. Like,
Just to those who had no help and had to help themselves. Ain't let it change.
to me, Fab always
Anything
had, like,
Fab.
he was good for some bars here and there, but I was always like, sometimes I felt like he couldn't put a whole song or a whole album or a whole, like, he may have something here and there, like, he wasn't like an animal all the time, like consistent. And then the more and more I started
Fab gonna give you a
I was like,
fire.
you know what? He is pretty consistent. Maybe I wasn't listening enough.
Fab gonna give you a fire mixtape. But his album is going. The album not always going. It ain't gonna live up to what it's supposed to be. But the mixtape always gonna give you what you need.
Yeah.
And Jada just do what Jada do,
Mixtape,
man. Like
Chef Kiss. Like
Kisses,
classic
right?
mixtape.
Kisses, it's new. Yeah, this came out like 6 days ago.
Yeah, man. Like,
Bro, I be finding. I don't know how I be finding this shit on YouTube, bro.
hey, look, when you get something, just put that shit in and search for it, and most of the time you end up finding it. You just never know. You just really never know, man. Because I know, like, we be like, you like somebody to send me something like, hey, check this out or whatever. And sometimes I'll be like, all right, bet. Let me look and see if I can find it on YouTube. So that way I could try to play it on here or whatever. But it just, I don't know. I just always like, fuck it, I'm gonna just search for it. Might find it, might not. But episode 43, we live and direct. If you hear my dog, that's because my daughter friend about to come over here. They about to bake banana bread. Bro, it's funny because
just tell a FedEx it. Just FedEx.
I don't remember I barely remember I remember the nickname I gave her friend. I don't remember her actual name. So when she said the girl's name, I said the nickname, and she takes me back in all caps with the crying, laughing face, LMAO, yes. But if I tell you, like,
I ain't ready for the friends to be coming to my house yet. I ain't ready for that.
bruh, but the little girl
right.
cool though. She cool. I nicknamed her White Chocolate. I nicknamed her White Chocolate. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she cool people though. I don't mind for her. It's certain ones she know I don't mind if they come over, but like nah, bring a motherfucker to my house. I don't even like you hanging with them. Like, so you should know. But tonight's festivities is being brought to you by this Widow Jane Decadent sample that Zell over at Body More Bottles gave me. It's a 91 proof. And this one was finished in maple barrels, it says.
You gotta step
that's what we on tonight.
Gotta step my bourbon and whiskey game up, man.
Bro, I told him I'm drinking a sample every week until he start back recording the pod. So every week I'm gonna drink one of these samples, and I'm praying that he hurry up and start back recording. I only got 3 left after this.
I said I'm gonna start like
I'm gonna run out.
I'm gonna start grabbing like random different bourbons and stuff from the ABC store though. Like different, just trying different stuff.
Yeah,
If
my
you
homeboy
tell
put
me
me into
what
that in
like
South Carolina.
flavors and shit you like, I can tell you which ones to get.
Shit, that's all I drink. I mean, alcohol wise, bourbon and whiskey. I
Yeah,
ain't drinking no vodka. I ain't, I will drink
I
tequila
do
if it's
tequila.
around, but I won't buy
Yeah,
it. But
like
if it's
as I'm getting
offered,
older,
if it's around, I'll do tequila.
right? Like tequila's hit me better as I'm getting older. Like I can't do vodka, I can't do gin. Like
I'm never drinking
that
vodka
shit
again.
just don't.
But gin, hell no.
I can't do that at gin ever again. Yeah, nah.
Never drink a gin again.
I
drank
grew
gin
up.
twice, and I was like, oh hell no. Nah. But yeah,
I was in Kentucky, my drinking choice in my 20s.
I went to Kentucky, so
gin was my
baby.
drinking.
Exactly. I was just getting ready to say, Breeze. I
was gonna say, yeah, you was in Kentucky, so that's
we bourbon, whiskey, and moonshine, baby. That's what I drink.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
yes,
sir. Good shine to get you right.
Yeah. Now there was one time something was in town for the tourists and shit. I can't remember what it was, and we went out to the French Quarter. We was all sipping on some Seagram's gin, right? My dumb ass gets the bright idea when we go into a corner store. I'm gonna buy some Coke. Put some Coke in here. Every drinker knows you don't mix Coke with no clear. The only clear liquor you should mix Coke with is rum. White rum.
Yeah.
That's it. There is no clear liquor you mix Coke with. My dumb ass, I didn't know. In my infamous young teenage wisdom. So the homies was like, all right, bet. You better finish it. Since you ruined the bottle. You better I was like,
and they said you ruined the bottle? Damn.
Let me tell you, it was a decent amount left after I mixed it. But looking back on it now, that was insane. And the fact that I remember that story and remember I was fine, that let me know right there, like, yeah, I gotta watch myself, because if I could drink all of this and be okay,
nah,
I need to watch myself.
I drank gin. I was at a 4th of July cookout. This was maybe about 8 years ago now. And somebody bought a bottle of gin to the cookout. Like, you know how it is, bring your own liquor, we share a bottle, whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody bought everybody else's bottle. Everybody else bought like, dark and tequila and shit like that. Everybody else's bottle got crushed. At the end of the night, it's just like half a bottle of gin left. It's 4th of July. I ain't get this before my kids was like, I'm no kids, Breeze. Like I'm outside. What we doing?
Yeah.
Everybody get to pass the bottle around. Right? I filled my cup up, my solo cup. I filled that motherfucker up like it was water in that bitch.
Yeah.
And put like a little bit of Kool-Aid in there just for color, damn near.
Yeah.
So, I was dehydrated for like
I know how
3
this
days,
is about to go.
I didn't even get sick. That's the crazy part. I didn't get sick or nothing, but I was dehydrated for like 3 days, bro. Like I'm talking about, like the gallon of water. I was drinking them and was still dehydrated for 3 days.
Yeah.
Bro. I was done. Like never again. Never again.
What up, Marty?
Is that a Grammy Award winning songwriter in the comments right now?
In the building?
A Grammy Award winner.
Hey, we be having
my dog Marty,
impressive ass guests.
My dog,
people on this show, like, salute.
I know, right?
Hey, crazy, birthday homie.
Hey man, shout out to the birthday dog, man. Happy birthday, Big Sloan.
Birthday homie.
Oh, happy birthday, brother. Big Leo.
Shout out to Sloan, man. Happy birthday, dog.
Big Leo shit.
Dog, my nigga was in the airport waiting on his flight. Still playing the Fortnite. Fucking game.
That shit was funny, dog.
Dog, bro, when I tell you this thing, he is so serious.
Say less.
Look, did you get it? You sending it to him? Please, yes.
I'm about to send it to him right now.
Yes. Yes.
Oh man, Samantha Urban trying to break social media again.
Hey, bro, I just saw both pictures. Why is it always us three when this happens? You realize that? Every time she drop a pic on Wednesday, we always on the pod together.
And that's cool.
Because it happened
Samantha
like this. Samantha, she dropped two of them. Is one, she dropped one. So she dropped one where it's just her in the mirror. And then she dropped one with her and Ricochet. And Ricochet's like laying on her butt with the camera, like,
Yo,
like I'm still here, guys. Don't worry about it.
Salute to Ricochet, yeah, but like
No,
I don't care. Like I don't care.
Look, right. I don't care about that picture, but he sent it like, "Hey guys, don't worry, I'm still here. Don't worry."
Weird.
Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it. What's going on, bro?
Dog, I thought you was gonna be in the air.
Shit, man.
Oh no, my flight got pushed back, so I leave at 10:00. I'm in Dallas right now, waiting on my wife.
Okay.
My wife just landed, so I'm just waiting on her to get over here, and I get to chill with her for like 10 minutes before my flight leaves.
Oh
damn.
shit.
Yeah,
Where's she
her
flying
flight. She flying to the crib, but her flight leave at 11. Mine leave at 10.
Ah,
You know.
okay.
Shout out to everybody back home in Champaign, Illinois. You know, we had a great time. A time was had.
Shot town, baby. Shot town,
Time
baby.
was had.
That was Champagne. Big love for University of Illinois.
Fuck that school.
my man's went there, so I got to show love to my man.
She left her iPad. Her iPad. But nah, yeah, fuck that school. My little brother graduated from that school, but fuck that school.
Oh man,
It's all about the Ohio State University.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Hey, Mr. Chris,
the
can I have another one, please?
the Ohio State. Only for this season, man.
My glass is empty.
I'm going back to being a Trojan after this season.
Hey, look at him. He need another one.
I need another one, big dog. You know, I got to get drunk as fuck so I can go pass out on this flight.
That's crazy how y'all meeting up in the same airport though, and then flying out on different planes.
Yeah, man. Like she booked her flight the other day, and like my flight is packed, so she had to hop on the next one because she coming from Florida. Okay. She had to go make me some money in Florida. You know the joys of being married to a dope ass woman. She I'm still trying to get that PS5. You know what I'm saying?
Let's hope it's wrapped up when you get to the crib, bro. I'm praying that when you walk in the crib, it's wrapped up on the table or something.
Look, if it ain't
back order or something.
If it ain't
something,
I gotta get to my sugar foot, my sugar mom. You know, shout out to Tiffany. hey, Tiffany is the only person that sent me $50. So we go together now. She made me a special post and sent me money. We go together now as friends.
Matter of fact, let me revisit that.
I'm gonna send that nigga some money tomorrow because if I spend some money today, I don't want him to think we go together.
Hey, Keyz, yes, sir. I done watched that one 38 times today.
Boy, dog.
Nigga said 38 times.
Every time, bro, I be like, that nigga. Every time I'm like, that brother fucked up. That brother fucked up.
Hey, you want to talk about a butt fumble? Literally.
He jagged the game. But that just means one of y'all can pick up the fumble. Oh, I got my drink now.
Hey, salute to you, dog.
Jermaine is down the street.
All I got is this.
Salute.
Salute.
You know.
Hold on.
Hey, this shit.
What's it, Jermaine? You down the street?
What is this again?
It's Widow Jane Decadence. This one was finished in maple barrels.
You said it's 91 proof?
Yeah.
Bro, I got some shit in my cabinet that's 133 proof. That's boy, I done had that bottle for about 4 years, bro. It was a
I
birthday
got
gift.
one.
The hell is
I
that?
think the highest one I had was it was like a 128.7. I
Yeah,
think.
man.
I had some whatever Everclear is. I
That
think
don't
that's the
count.
strongest I've
Everclear
ever
don't
had.
count. Everclear don't count, bro.
Everclear,
That's
Everclear is like
Yeah.
on a different level.
bro. That's
Yeah,
bleach. That's bleach,
Yeah.
bro.
nigga, that's
Like,
starter
Hey dog.
fluid.
no funny
I
shit,
tell everybody,
bro.
my son, my oldest son, his name should have been Everclear. I don't remember shit from that night.
You're not
I
going
promise you I
to.
don't.
You not, bro. No funny shit. When
Like,
I was in
bro,
school, right, I seen somebody spill a bottle of Everclear at a party. The next morning, that shit had stained the tile, bro. Like the tile on the floor, that shit had stained the tile, bro.
Yes.
It should have took the paint off of it.
but
It did. That's what I'm saying. It was eating. It was
I'm
eating
not
through the
gonna lie
top of
though.
the tile, bro.
But then I had like flavors. Like in North Carolina, they got flavor Everclears, like lemon.
No,
It's like a lemonade
no,
joint.
no.
Yeah,
Hey,
only
look,
it's. I feel like it's only in North Carolina though.
It need to
Like they have
not be
actual like
nowhere,
the flavor ones.
bro.
hey, my
Everclear
boy.
is not
Nah,
meant to
straight.
drink,
I
bro.
can't.
If you're out
The
here
flavors
drinking
weren't
flavored,
bad. It's the straight ones.
if you out here drinking flavored Everclear, kill yourself,
You trying to?
bro. You are a different level of
I felt like I
alcoholic,
was
and
gonna
I
die.
don't respect it at all.
You lucky we still
Hey,
here.
your body don't mean shit to you if you drinking flavored Everclear. You just
Right.
like fuck.
At that point of my life, in my 20s, it didn't. It really didn't. I
You
was.
lucky you made it to your 30s.
It was
If
a
you was
great
drinking
time, man.
Hey,
flavored
look here.
Everclear is crazy.
I'm glad I made it to 40. Shit, I wasn't supposed to make it to 15, but jokes on you. We're still alive. So throw your hands up
Hey,
in the sky. Say we don't care what people say. I'm a Kanye fan.
hey, my favorite thing to do is that Kim Jong gift from The Hangover.
Yeah, boy.
Did you die?
But did you die?
Look, I posted that shit. It was something about partying or something like that. It was some meme or something on Facebook, and I posted that, and I was like, "Look, if you can read this post, you still live to tell the story of hanging out and partying and drinking with me. So I don't want his shit." What
What
the
is that?
hell? That's the purple Everclear.
That shit say Everclear.
I
purple
told y'all
Passion.
they literally have flavors,
No,
bro.
Hey, big dog, if you
bro,
have a bottle of
I went to
Everclear on you, you
Bro,
are a
look
different
at this
type
shit,
of
bro.
alcoholic.
bro,
like they
that's
really do
crazy.
have flavors though,
No,
dog.
bro.
Like I was tripping when I seen it because I had only
Let's
seen the
print this right.
clear, like the regular joint
This
at
shit
the
say
on
Everclear
post.
Purple Passion for $14.99, bro.
Big dog, Everclear can start a car from
That might
empty.
be a good night.
Man, what?
That might be that might
Hey,
be a
big
good
dog,
night. I
we
don't know.
we did that. That was my senior year physics experiment. Yes, I took physics, nigga. We started our car. We started our car with Everclear. Nothing
I
else. We
feel
didn't put
like
no
if you
fluids
get
in
like
it.
one of them, I feel like if you go to one of them cabins with your old lady out in like Tennessee, like the real nice ones, you take some of that. It's just you and her. That's a great weekend.
No,
Hey,
it's
Like it's a
not.
great fucking weekend.
No, it's not.
I feel like
It's available.
what you
for
think y'all gonna fight?
$6.
Let me tell you, Pigeon
Y'all gonna
Forge,
kill each other.
What you
Tennessee,
think y'all gonna fight or something?
Y'all gonna
bro.
kill each
If
other
you
I think
go
over
that's
out
a
there,
black.
if you go out there to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or what's the it's the same little area, or Gatlinburg too, brother.
Yeah, Gatlinburg.
If you can go out there and have a nice little cabin, they don't make one room cabins out there. They make 10 rooms. You got to bring all your friends. Because I've done it
Oh nah,
twice.
fuck
I've
them.
done like no. I would love to do
Cabin in the woods is cute.
hey, real talk. I would love to do a CDB like a retreat. That would be dope to
That'd be
do
fire.
a retreat. Everybody get their old ladies, or we just go. Even if it's just the company, we go out there for a weekend, get drunk, hang out, team build, and then like record a lot of shit,
Record a bunch of
record a lot of
pods.
content, right? And like what we got to get out of doing is like We can do whatever pie we want. You know what I'm saying? Like how you discussed earlier that me and you want to do like the balloon pop
Bro,
reaction.
them reaction videos gonna be so fire.
Yeah, it's gonna go down, bro. Like,
Let me tell you something.
that shit.
I'm gonna wait till my rant. That's my rant today about them damn. My rant is about them damn balloon pops. I'll wait till the end of the show for that. That shit pissed me off today.
No, my rant is.
I don't even know why I let it get to me, but that shit pissed me off today.
I'm not gonna be here for the rant, but I'm finna get my rant off right now. You know what makes me sick? Why do I pay for my kids and I can't see them?
Uh-oh.
Somebody explain to me why I pay child support and I can't see my kids.
That one touched home a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
Man.
Oh, my baby mama. My baby mama cool. My baby mama lucky. I wasn't trying to go to jail this weekend. You know what I'm saying? A nigga will act wild until like you'll be cool until somebody try you about your kids and then everybody's on the table. I don't.
Hey, bro, that one hit me in the.
I don't care if the baby fell out of you. That's still half mine. Well, both of them still have mine. I'm gonna come see you. Actually, you can turn that down. If I want to be an asshole, I can send my lawyers at her. That bitch ain't got none.
Boom.
Grand opening, grand closing.
God damn you, man.
That's how it goes. Cabin in the woods is cute.
Until you pull it Everclear.
That's how you feel, see?
And look here, bro. If I pull the Everclear out, I'm setting that bitch on fire.
Wait, no lie. We poured it in.
You like camping, Sierra?
And drove home.
He just said they started it. They started the car with that shit.
Yeah.
She want to be snug in the bug.
Is that a yes to the camping?
Mm.
That's what it sounds like.
That's she. Hey. Now wait. We can't get her to come to Mania in Vegas, but she'll go camping.
Hey, first of all, Mania in Vegas is going to be crazy because we're going to have a time.
Hey, brother.
She said, I never said camping. I grew up in the woods.
No. First of all, I just got up. I need to tell y'all more about what I be doing like during the day. But like today I had a meeting with 710 Labs. And guess what? Bucko, we going to have a great time. 710 Labs is okay. 710 Labs is in. Dr. Dabber is in. All I got to do is get Luke Belair champagne, and we finna turn up.
All right. Well, look. I can't book no flight yet, though.
Well, you know what weekend it is.
Yeah. It like I tried to. I think I could do it through like Expedia or somebody because I think I had searched on there, but it was something else I had looked at. I couldn't book a flight. It may have been Southwest or somebody. But
I'm just booking I'm gonna drive from my house. It's 6 hours.
Then yeah, I'm in Houston.
Okay, fly to Oakland and we can carpool. Boom.
Wait. Double that because I do need to go see my sister who live like on the other side from you and
bro. Your sister live 45 minutes from me.
Yes, so I'm trying to figure out how to plan on this shit. But I'm probably gonna go see her like probably within the next month or so before it get busy season for me. Like probably if not this later. No, I can't do it later on this month because I gotta go to the doctor. Probably next month I'm gonna try to go.
Look, whenever you go, I'll make the 45 minute trip to Cupertino.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know. I'm definitely let you know.
Hey, gentlemen, I'm out. I gotta go catch my flight.
All right, man. Happy birthday, bro. We just wanted to pull you on.
All right, bro. Safe flight, man.
Appreciate it, brothers. I'll let y'all know when I get to the crib.
All right, man. Later.
All right,
man. So that was our weekend. In the wrap, in the intro, whatever you want to call it, to the show, but
we ain't even get to the weekend.
We didn't get week. There's a better part of the weekend that we're gonna talk about.
Oh man!
But like, I'm about to say, let's see. Where do we start? Because we about 30 minutes in and ain't touched.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something right now. With the NFL, the most significant shit going on right now in the NFL is Holdouts and
The
hold-ins.
Vikings.
The fucking
The
bro.
Vikings are Jesus Christ. Can we
The
have a moment?
Vikings.
Can we have a
Bro.
moment of silence for the Vikings?
I don't know
roster?
who's
Lord,
worse.
Jesus.
I don't know who's worse, them or the 49ers. The 49ers got 26 niggas hurt right now. They couldn't even do joint practice this week because they
Bruh.
got so many people hurt.
It's
I don't
and
know
wait,
who's worse. Them. I think the Vikings literally are worse. Though, but,
The
I mean,
49ers
26
are
niggas
worse,
hurt
like
is tough.
overall, because the 26 is crazy. But the Vikings had 3 players, 2 of which prominent players on their roster, get hurt like today
Your
this is
first
the
round
whole-
draft
in the
pick
game.
goes down.
this is the whole MVP
26.
versus like defensive or offensive player of the year argument,
Mhm.
right? What the Vikings had was MVP type injuries. What the 49ers had was like one side of the ball type of okay. It's a lot of people that's hurt, but these people don't make up like the most important part of our football team.
Yeah,
Like
and
you just
it's
had
also
your
like not like
potential
season
one,
ending
your
injuries.
potential
either.
wide receiver one, wide receiver 2, and another wide receiver or whatever get hurt. Like you had 2 out of your top 5 wide receivers on your depth chart, and your potential starter at quarterback get hurt.
Yeah, even if he's not a potential starter, it's your first round
Potential
pick.
starter.
Right? Yeah, in first round, exactly.
It's still your first round pick at quarterback is down, like done for the season now. So like now they're looking at trading. From the reports me and Jermaine saw earlier, they're looking at Derek Carr, which makes the most sense because he's probably either him or Garoppolo is probably going to be the cheapest to go grab, in my opinion.
I don't see it. I think they're gonna roll with Sam Darnold, to be honest.
And
It's
I'll
not
be
gonna-
honest, I'm not sure how much stock I put
I think
into
so
that
too.
one.
Well, apparently, from what I've seen and you see more Saints stuff than I do. They're really high on Spencer Rattler, like really high on him.
Yeah, I've seen this.
Which
too.
I knew they would. I like. So I've been a fan of Spencer Rattler since high school, like actual fan. I like the young man. I think he had some attitude problems, of course, that hindered him that he had to get right and had to fix.
I don't even think it was the attitude. I think it was
he
more
fixed those
maturity than
going
attitude.
into South Carolina. A little bit of both. Definitely the maturity side, but
I mean, to be fair, he was kind of backed up against the wall because he went to Oklahoma as the dude. Like Spencer Rattler was really what started this whole NIL shit. A lot of people don't realize that, but like Spencer Rattler was that one before NIL really became a thing. He went into as a college freshman. He had a logo and like he was. A lot of that shit was based on his back for outside of like the whole shit with NCAA, whatever, right? He played there for a year, and then they fucking recruited Caleb Williams. It's like, and then I was watching the game when they replaced Spencer Rattler with Caleb Williams, and he went in and was every bit of the player that they thought they were getting. And it's like, I'm gone, bro. Like, I'm not.
I was watching the show, the Netflix joint where they recruited him.
With what, Caleb or Spencer?
Spencer.
I forgot what it was. No, the Spencer, the Netflix joint that he was on. Yeah, and even then, when they were showing that first year, and then they were recruiting Caleb and bringing Caleb in, and it's like his whole that was about the time his attitude was more or less like, bro, I'm the man here, but it was like he didn't want to battle with Caleb, so he ran and went to South Carolina.
I mean, but
which
to be
worked
fair,
for him in the long run. But
to be fair though, like if you're a quarterback. A sophomore quarterback at that. He was a freshman when they were recruiting Caleb. And you go in and they recruit the number 1 quarterback in the country, and you were just the number 1 quarterback in the country. Like, bro, y'all don't need him. I'm here. Like, and then they replace you with him in a game.
But that's the same thing what Alabama did.
At quarterback?
Alabama, same thing happened with Jalen and Tua. Yeah,
they weren't number 1.
They had the same problem with Jalen and Tua.
They were. Yeah. I can't remember how high they were recruited, but the difference is that when you're at a school like an Oklahoma and an Alabama, they're gonna recruit the guy. At every position every year.
The minute you sign your letter of intent, they're already recruiting your replacement.
Exactly. You have to know that. Yeah, you have to know that. At Alabama, Nick Saban
Oh, yeah.
like, hey, I'm recruiting everybody.
Yeah, and not only are they recruiting
Every
everybody,
year.
but everybody wants to go there.
Exactly.
On top of that, so
When
it's
you
like
go to schools like Oklahoma, though, they don't always say, hey, I'm recruiting everybody every year. Because there was a lot, matter of fact, and I know this for a fact at the University of Texas, the reason why Mac Brown had such a hard time here at Texas was because Mac would recruit a guy and be like, you're my guy. And then he would have another guy he would see and recruit, and they'd be like, well, wait a minute, you told me you wasn't going to recruit nobody else at this position, blah, 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 blah. And now you got a problem. That the first time I remember that happening at UT, it was when they brought in Chris Sims and they had Major Applewhite there.
Mm-hmm.
That was when it first reared its ugly head, and that's when people started realizing that there may be an issue here, but nobody ever really paid any attention till later on. But
I mean,
it's just like right now in the league and stuff, the way I see things like that going. The reason why I'm still kind of not sold on that Vikings trade for Derek Carr rumor. Carr has a no trade clause, so he can veto this shit immediately.
I mean, if I'm him, I'm not going to Minnesota. Number one, I'm good in
I might.
Where's he at? In Oakland? I mean, Vegas right now.
New Orleans.
No, New Orleans.
I'm sorry.
New
He
Orleans.
was in Vegas first, then went to New
Nah,
Orleans.
I'm gonna be. If I'm looking at the
I'm not leaving New
offenses,
Orleans for Minnesota.
I mean,
tripping.
I would. I mean, other than city wise, I wouldn't. I would totally stay in New Orleans, of course.
That's what I'm talking about.
But if I'm looking at the, if I'm looking at the offenses, I kind of like Minnesota offense a little better.
I think you like
as
Justin
far
Jefferson.
as like, I like. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of got him and Olave like this, in my opinion. When it come to like, I like Jay. Don't get me wrong. I love Jettas, but I like Olave too. Like they both like. Jettas might be up here. Olave about right here. But still, I mean, they're two dope wide receivers. You can't go wrong either way. I think you got to start looking at who's there after them, more or less. Like who, like in the wide receiver room, tight end, running back, like the O-line, all of that, coaching. That's where you got to kind of look at it, like which situation is going to come off better. I kind of like Minnesota, in my opinion, better. I like TJ Hawkinson. Hawkinson's a dog. When Addison is healthy, he's damn near number one because he showed out last year when Jettas went down. I like their running back room. The O-line, they worked on it, fixed. So, I mean, it just depends on which situation you think you're gonna thrive in better.
I think so. With Derek Carr, like right now, he got Spencer Rattler breathing down his back in New Orleans, which I understand. I do understand that part. It's like, well, if I'm finna leave, I might as well get on, right? But at the same time, going to Minnesota, I forget the kind of contract he signed in New Orleans, but they already paid Sam Darnold this offseason to back up.
Oh yeah, they did
at the time that who we figured would be a first round pick at quarterback because it was a deep first round class of quarterback. And then they picked JJ McCarthy, and I know obviously he's hurt now, but if it's Derek Carr, it's like if I get traded to Minnesota, I'm not the long-term answer here. I know that already. Not only do they already have Sam Darnold, so I got to compete with another veteran that just already knows all of this shit. Next year, this quarterback is McCarthy's coming back. I already know they're not finna pick me over JJ McCarthy. They're invested in him. I'm not finna win this competition. Like it's not even a competition. I'm not finna have a job next year. So if I'm Derek Carr, it's like, all right, I'm already comfortable here in New Orleans. I know Spencer's here, whatever. But if I'm going to leave, I'm gonna leave somewhere where I know I got a future at. Even though Derek Carr's like 32 years old, so his future is kind of he's on the back end of his career. But still, it's like I want to go somewhere where I can. If I'm going to finish my career here, I'm going to finish my career here. I can, even if it's as a backup, I'm going to be here 2-3 years. I don't see that being the case.
Hey, I really think
I can see that.
The other thing, and this is what confused me about what the Falcons did, right? Because the Vikings brought in a veteran quarterback, didn't overpay for him, got him at a bargain price.
I'm sorry, you said the Vikings. I'm sorry.
A capable quarterback. The Falcons go out,
Sam Darnold,
and dump a boatload of cash on Kirk Cousins' door, which he rightfully takes. Then you
I think they were
backdoor
trying
and
to
draft
outbid
Michael
people.
Penix Jr. in the top 10.
Yeah.
I think that was but I told you it's the same thing, and you know this, Breeze. That's the same thing they did when they drafted Cousins right after they drafted RG3. It's a security blanket.
I would yes,
I mean,
yes and no.
of course,
yes and no.
it's a less expensive one because I mean, yeah, it's a first round pick, but you know how with Cousins, it's either he's gonna be able to play the whole season, he's either gonna get hurt, or he's gonna be ass.
So
If it's the
I do
other
agree
two-
with part of it. Go ahead, my bad. I'm gonna cut you off.
No, you good. I just felt like drafting Penix, one, you Cousins, like we just said about Carr. Cousins is kind of on the back end of his career too.
He's definitely
He definitely got overpaid because they outbid the fuck out of everybody. That's pretty much what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
They went Madden with no salary cap and said, "Hey, we're just gonna throw a big ass amount of money at them," which is fine. That's what y'all want to do. But drafting Penix is still setting you up for the future because you don't have to rush Penix on the field, even though the fans are gonna call for it. But you don't, in a sense, have to rush Penix out there because you got Cousins at least for 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Before you have to play Penix. So,
well, this was my thing. And remember, like we talked about it. I said I was hoping that they got a pass rusher because even though that team is in my favorite team's division, and I can't stand the Falcons because there's a serious hate relationship. But
they got one today.
Oh man, like okay, and here was my thing. You traded a middle round pick for a 32-year-old pass rusher in the last year of his deal. So what you're basically banking on is you basically traded a possible 3 to 4 year solution at a depth position in the future for potentially this one last hurrah.
Who's coming off an injury, by the way? A season
exactly
injury,
of this aging pass rusher who's coming off an injury. Who he knows his next contract isn't going to be a big money deal because you're going to be 33 then, 1 year removed from an injury as a pass rusher.
I mean, if he can go out and have a big season, he may get like one more like decent deal. You know what I mean? For another 2 years, maybe. But
yeah,
I mean,
he'd have to really show out this year, which could very well be possible.
I mean, in that division, it can happen, but whatever. Reasons outside of football, I ain't the biggest fan of so
it's one of those moves where if it works out for you the way you hope it does, you get 3 years out of Cousins. Penix is prepared. He comes in and shines. You pick up his 5th-year option, and then you re-sign him. You can do kind of what the Packers did.
Yeah, they're looking for a Jordan Love situation.
Exactly. You're looking for a Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers type of situation, or a Peyton Manning to an Andrew Luck type of situation with the Colts had. You're hoping that the guy that you're investing so heavily in as this draft pick is going to be the guy. But what you fail to realize is first-round picks in general have a 25% success rate, which means 1 out of every 4 of those guys is going to be good. Right? 75% chance that you didn't get a good pick. So to me, when you then you look at quarterback, it's even more of a crapshoot. Offensive linemen and I want to say defensive linemen are the ones who have the highest percentage hit rate. I want to say offensive lineman is something like 60 some odd percent, and defensive lineman is like 40-50%. Quarterbacks, I want to say, is like around 20 or so percent. It's less than the average of all positions.
I would say quarterbacks and probably wide receiver. Receiver probably has the lowest hit rate.
I can't remember the exact numbers, but I remember this study was done like 2018, 19 or so. So the numbers were probably from years before that. But I just remember hearing those numbers, and I'm like, damn. So the teams really do be taking chances when they draft certain guys.
Major crapshoot.
Bro, every draft pick is a crapshoot, but you put yourself in a bigger position to get ridiculed for a draft pick. The higher you draft, a more valued position, because teams are going to look, people are going to look at, you could have had this guy, you could have had that guy, you could have had this guy. Which I know this from experience being a Saints fan in the 90s. Like, we literally passed up on Steve McNair, Eddie George, and Randy Moss in like 3 consecutive drafts.
And traded the Redskins a whole bunch of picks to draft.
And traded the Redskins the whole fucking draft for Rick Williams. Like, I sat through like some rough stuff and seen some rough stuff. So trust me, I know about missing out on and the FOMO and all of that.
But to that, I always tell fans, because, you know, obviously I'm a Commanders fan, and we've passed on several good players. And Keyz, being the Eagles fan, they've passed on good players. Like, every year, your team is going to pass on somebody that turns into an all-pro, Pro Bowler, whatever. It's going to happen. You can only pick one. I mean, theoretically, you can only pick one person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 300-something players. It's 500-something people in the draft. You know, 300-something get drafted. You're going to pass on somebody that's really good. It may be somebody that we know is really good right now. It may be somebody we don't find out is really good till 3-4 years from now. But you're going to pass on somebody that is a really good football player in favor of somebody else. That's just the way the draft works. If there was only 6 good players in this draft, there will be no need for this process. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a Commanders fan. We passed on Derwin James, which I still am triggered by, to pick Deron Payne. Deron Payne is a great NFL defensive lineman. He's a Pro Bowler. He's not an All-Pro yet, but I do believe he made a Pro Bowl. Derwin James is an All-Pro safety. You know what I'm saying? We passed on it. It happens. We picked Jaden Daniels number 2 this year. Regardless of how good Jaden Daniels turns out, there is somebody that was picked later who might be a better player.
Right.
It happens. Like, it's part of it. Like, I don't even waste my time getting mad about, oh man, we passed on this person. Like, whatever.
It's pointless to get upset about it. Like, you want to look at it and hold them accountable and everything, and like, what was your decision making that went into this? And one thing that people don't know is you don't know how that team had its draft board set up.
Right.
They could have had their draft board set up differently from what you're thinking, and people get too easily influenced by what some of these major movers and media types say. They hold their word as gospel and they don't do their own research. It's like, okay,
all the time.
Like one that I know for sure kind of sticks out. It was a couple of guys I remember the Texans drafted just because I'm here in Houston. There was some guys the Saints did, but the 2 that I remember sticking out the most was Travis Johnson and Amobi Okoye. The reason why is because at those times the Texans was running a more 3-4 base defense.
But Amobi Okoye was thought to be a dog coming out of Louisville, though.
Yes, but same thing like Travis Johnson. Those guys were 4-3 defensive tackles. They weren't 3-4 defensive ends.
Right.
Yeah.
People think, well, they're defensive linemen. No, you play those positions differently.
Scheme fit in football is probably more important than in any other sport.
Thank you.
Like, I need you to fit. Like, I know basketball literally has role players, but like in football, I need a player to fit exactly what I want to do. The minute you, as a football coach, you try to take a square peg and fit into a round hole, it don't work. It does not work. You can't. And
that's like that's the one thing I love when they
shit don't work.
That's the one thing I love. Like, when you play, and I know, Jermaine, you say it's been a while since you really played, but like on Madden, when you playing franchise mode, when you going through the free agency, I love how they had changed it to where, it'll tell you, like, I know this might be the best draft pick out there. I know his overall rating is like 99, but he does not fit your team. But you know me, I'm gonna get his ass anyway, because nigga, he at 99. Fuck, I look like passing this nigga up.
I'll say this to the part of draft pick, like being mad, like just going back to the draft pick thing, right? Not trying to be funny, but like the only time that being upset makes sense is like in not to be funny, but again, Keyz being an Eagles fan, they picked Jalen Reagor and then Justin Jefferson at the very next pick. Like now, in that point, it's like, okay, I understand being mad. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
stupid niggas.
I'm sorry. But like,
Or picking
like that,
JJ Ortega-Whiteside
but like,
and fucking DK Metcalf is still sitting there. Like, nigga, what is wrong with you?
but like that makes sense, especially like if it's a few picks right after you, right? But like, you can't be mad that you picked XYZ in the first round and be like, well, damn, Terry McLaurin was a third round pick. If anybody thought Terry McLaurin was going to be what he is, he'd have been a first round pick in the draft.
Thank you.
Like, if anybody thought
That's a
that,
fact.
every team passed on him in the first and second round. He was a
mean,
third round pick.
Everybody passed on Tom Brady, and he is now the GOAT.
Exactly.
Bruh.
You know what I mean? Like,
If
nobody
they
knew he
knew-
was going to be the GOAT.
Tom Brady would have been the number one over. They would have signed Tom Brady 3 months before the draft if they knew that he was going to be what he ended up being.
Bruh. Brock Purdy was the
Exactly.
last. He was Mr. Irrelevant.
Exactly. Now Brock Purdy, I
He
think
still
Brock
sucks.
Purdy is a better. It's just a great scheme fit, and he was the perfect coach. That's a little bit of a different situation. But again, with the Tom Brady thing, Tom Brady, if they knew that Tom Brady was capable of winning 6 Super Bowls, like the Patriots didn't even think Tom Brady was going to be what Tom Brady was.
Bruh.
They
preach.
played him like, oh shit, we gotta play this motherfucker. Like that's how they looked at it when they had to play him. And he just happened to be amazing.
And
Like-
the worst thing about all this is I hear people saying, just go do this or just go do that, as opposed to paying a player or not paying a player or whatever.
Mhm.
And they'll replace you, and people get kind of cocky and arrogant, or he's not worth that kind of money and all this kind of talk and stuff like that. I'm gonna warn people against something. First of all, don't pocket watch nobody.
Mhm.
Whatever that man earned, whatever that team is willing to pay, that's what that man earned. Okay. Don't matter how you feel about it, what you think about it. If there's somebody out there willing to give you the money for it, you fucking earned it. Because if anything else, you convince one other person who has a big ass bank account to give you that type of money. Another thing is, sometimes it's better to dance with the devil that you know than the one you don't.
Absolutely.
Now, specifically, I'm talking about when it comes to re-signing certain players. It may be better for your team to stick with that guy another couple years or so and kick the can down the road as opposed to trying to look for their replacement. Because I'm telling you, looking for that replacement ain't easy, especially at certain positions. And one last thing, the grass ain't always greener on the other side of the fence.
At all.
Unless your grass is already dead and you don't know. And it's a lot of times where people don't want to realize it's time to move on from somebody or a team player, whatever it is. It's time to coach, front off, whatever. Sometimes it be time to move on. Sometimes these players don't hold that same value that they did before.
Mm-hmm.
And I see it a lot in the NFL. The teams will be like, oh, my team signed so-and-so. We signed so-and-so. And I'm like, yeah, but he's 30 years old. Yeah, but he's good. Yeah, he used to be good. He's no longer that guy that you remember.
Right.
So I just want people to be more realistic in the expectations that they have for some of these player movements and shit,
bro.
Huh?
Like, I've been telling people this shit since I was a teenager. Like, again, with me being a fan of the NFL team, I'm a fan of. Like, when we traded for Donovan McNabb, right? I know this is going back a minute. We traded for Donovan, and there were at the time Redskins fans who were, oh my god, we got McNabb. It's finna be all this shit. Like, bro, if the Philadelphia Eagles, that the only team this quarterback has ever played for, if they thought he was still worth any bit of a damn, do you think they would have traded him to a division rival? Like, really, to a team they got to see twice a year. He's practiced against this defense every day for the last like 10 years of his life. Y'all think if he had anything left in the tank that they would have traded him to a division rival, please miss me with that shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, think about this shit. Just really think of now free agency is a little bit different, but with trades and stuff like that, come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? Like, y'all really gotta, people get to talking about sports and lose all perception of logic. You know what I'm saying? Like, logic flies out the window when they're talking about sports. It's like, bro, just think for just half a second. Just half a second. All right, like, use your brain and realize, oh yeah, they traded him or they let him go because he ain't worth shit no more. And he won a whole bunch of money because he think he's still a dog. And he want all this money. Cool, that's fine. Somebody might give it to him. The team that knows him not, that's a red flag for me. You've been with this team for 8 years. Now all of a sudden they don't want to pay you. They don't want to give you nothing. Oh yeah, nah, yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm straight on it. I'm good.
Thank you.
Like,
thank you. Just bring a little common sense to this shit.
Like, come on, dog.
Like, bro, I'll never forget. Like, when I be wrong about something, I know I be wrong as hell. I'd be like, damn, I was wrong about that.
And we all act on emotion sometimes. Like, that's human nature. And
like, somebody told me one time, it was me and a homeboy of mine was talking. He was like, how come you don't like brag or say this or say that when you be right about? Because he said you be right about stuff a lot of the times. He was like, but when you be wrong about something, he was like, it's almost like you talk about when you be wrong more than you talk about when you be right. Mm-hmm. And I told him straight up, I said, bro, first of all, it took me a long time to get to that level of maturity, number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, I said, when I found myself being right more often than I was wrong, I realized I kind of knew things and figured things out on a different level, different playing field. When I started talking to different people and I started making more sense to people who I had a tougher time getting access to. When I started making more sense to people like that than people I always talk to, that let me know like my knowledge has moved. It's transition circles. Yep. I move in a different circle now as far as what I know about the game. And so I'm not gonna hold what someone else says in as high regard as I used to, because now I see I have a different level of approval that I'm looking for. So like I'm no longer accepting approval from somebody who I don't feel can validate my argument. Right. I leave that alone. It's not worth it to me. And so it's not like I'm putting somebody's argument down or something like that. It's just that when you start to know the game and understand things on a different level, you have to keep feeding your mind at that level, or else you're just going to keep dumbing yourself down. And that's with anything in life. But this is why I don't got a certain knowledge or skill set, and you keep putting yourself in circles and situations that don't feed that cultivate that, you're dumbing yourself down.
Yeah, and this is why I never get into arguments on Twitter. Like, we can talk back and forth and debate and all that stuff, but like certain topics, and this is not to sound a certain way, but like certain topics, I know what I know and I know why I know it. Right. And I say what I say confidently. If you disagree, you disagree. That's fine. We can talk about how and why you disagree. That's fine.
Right. Right.
Like, so pertaining to football, like if I make a comment about a wide receiver, right? I played wide receiver. I literally coach wide receiver. I train wide receivers. If I make a comment about a wide receiver, regardless of what level he plays on, it's because I feel like there's a reason that I made that comment. And people like, I got killed. I got killed in Commander Spaces like a week ago, maybe, because I said that Terry McLaurin was not an elite route runner, right? People told me I was dumb, I was stupid, I ain't no football, I should never coach again. I said, bro, watch Terry McLaurin play football. Like, watch a highlight run of Terry McLaurin. He's elite at XY, not even XYZ, maybe X and Y. He's good at 1, 2, 3, all the rest of that shit, he cool with it. He does it better than you or I would do it. But when we talk about elite, I don't think people lose track of what elite means. Like elite means there's a very, very small group of people that can do that at the highest level, the best of the absolute best. So when I say I don't think he's an elite route runner, you say yes he is. I say watch Tyreek Hill, watch Devontae Adams, watch Amari Cooper and guys like that run routes and side by side with Terry McLaurin and tell me he's elite. All right, cool. Moving forward, like I'm not finna go back and forth, which it is, and that's fine. But like, you have to understand that at a certain point, as respectfully as I can say it, like just certain people and thought processes are beneath whatever your line of thinking is. It just, you know, it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just,
bruh. I put it to you like this here. There's a time, like people think because a person puts up numbers, they're elite. And it's like you can put up numbers and not be elite.
Absolutely.
And to be elite at something, you're already in the top, 0.5% of the people in the world at what you do.
Right.
That makes you elite. But to be the elite of the elite, you have to be in the top 5% of that 1% or whatever.
Right.
That's not easy.
So like when we were in school, we used to take tests and they'd be like, you score in the 99th percentile. That's elite. Like everybody can't do that. That like the number of people who can do that is very small. That's why when you grade out like that in school, you get opportunities everybody else don't get. Because you're one of a select few people who can actually do that shit.
Right. And I just think people don't really understand when you say something like elite, they think, oh, you're really good. No, we're not talking about really good. We're talking about the best of the best who do this. And I have a buddy of mine that I talk to about stuff like this, especially like receivers and corners, because he played corner. Mm-hmm. And it's like, bro, when we started talking and he would break down the like just the way a receiver would line up in a certain position, the way he's holding his feet, shoulders, hand, all of that. He says, I know he's either running here, here, or here. Mm-hmm. And he will say, and he like broke it down to such a fine tune like read. And we talking about this stuff, and this is before the ball is even snapped. Mm-hmm. There's so much to consider. And then immediately after the ball is snapped, and then while the play is developing, that's a whole nother chapter.
Mm-hmm. I'm the same way with receivers.
Yeah, bro. And it's like people don't get this kind. It's like when you break it down to route running ability, and you say he's not an elite route runner. Yes, he's not an elite route runner, but because there's so many other things I'm factoring into an overall wide receiver, just because he's not elite at this does not mean I say he's not a good receiver.
I'm in the same breath, and I've said it before, like again, with that particular conversation, it's like I still think Terry McLaurin is top 10 wide receiver toward the end of the top 10 to me, to the bottom half, like 8, 9. I think Terry McLaurin is somewhere between 8 and 12 as an NFL wide receiver. I think he's somewhere in that range, right? Mm-hmm. Some people, somebody told me he's top 3. You're bugging. I love Terry McLaurin to death. You tell me that Terry McLaurin is a top 3 NFL wide receiver in the same NFL football league that Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams, CeeDee Lamb. Please miss me with.
Look, wait, you just named 4 right there without even breathing heavy.
Yeah.
Better than him.
And I have a Redskins tattoo on my arm. Like this go deep. This is real. Like I am a Commanders, Redskins, Washington football fan.
Chicken wings, Sierra.
There is nothing wrong with being a fan, with acknowledging the truth, or at least what you perceive to be the truth about somebody or a situation.
No, bro,
people kill me for it.
Look, let me tell you. When people don't when you don't hold the same opinion as a widely accepted opinion,
Mhm.
and the thing is, people have these widely accepted opinions and they pass them off as facts.
Yes.
That's not a fact. That's just a widely accepted opinion that a lot of people tend to agree on. Okay. The way I see it is, just because you all believe that to be true, don't mean that I have to believe that to be true. And just because I believe something different to be true does not make me crazy.
Right.
I just stand on what I believe in. You stand on what you believe in, and then we can go from there. We can talk about. We can have a discussion or something.
Absolutely.
But I'm not about to sit up here and have you just like, oh, this guy don't know what he's talking about or whatever. Like, no, I know what I'm talking about. I just have a difference of opinion than what you have.
Absolutely.
And I'm not about to back down. And I think that's the part where these arguments tend to get a little muddled down, and it tends to get kind of thrown around kind of weird. But one of the main reasons why I wanted to bring that up, that whole difference of opinion thing, kind of leads into our next topic, is about the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And the biggest difference of opinion that I've seen regarding the Olympics and this and that is people saying, well, how come this men's basketball team is quote unquote only beating Serbia by this, or only beating so and so by this? Well, the dream team did this, blah, 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 blah. And then I hear some people saying, man, that dream team was the greatest team. And then I hear some people saying, well, this team beat. There's a difference of opinion. Not saying that either side is wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but let's just lay out some facts. Back then, the rest of the world was not that good at basketball. Now, the rest of the world is really fucking good at basketball. Back then, we had 12 of the greatest players on the planet. They played against other players, but only 9 or 10 or so happened to play in the same league.
Shit, if that's a
It was less than 15, I know for sure, but not more than it was like 10.
okay.
10 or 12 or something like that. In the whole Olympics outside of Team USA.
Okay, I got you. All
Right now, it was like 60, 70 players in the Olympics outside of Team USA that played in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
I think every team they play had at least 1 or 2 NBA players on it.
at least.
Yeah.
And another thing is the game itself has changed. No longer is this a post-oriented game. It's a perimeter-oriented game now.
Uh-huh.
So let's see. The game has changed. The rest of the world has gotten better. And the Team USA, they, as good as they've gotten, they haven't run away from the rest of the world. Like, we've gotten better, and the rest of the world has gotten significantly more better than what we've gotten. So that gap has closed, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Tremendously.
And if it wasn't for the 92 Olympics, we wouldn't have the international play that we do have now. You got to think about a lot of the goodwill they were doing during that time.
Fucking thank you.
They set up everything for what we have now internationally. So
thank you.
That's what the NBA wanted. They wanted to expand the game worldwide and globally, and they succeeded.
Thank you.
Shit, like, same thing on the women's side. I was actually
shocked. Team and shit, like,
during exhibitions. Yep.
Go ahead, Keith, my bad.
And even on the women's side, because I mean, who actually, other than like people who really, really watch just basketball, period, knew that the French women were gonna give the USA women a dog fight like they did? Like a down to the literal last second dog fight.
I'll be honest with you, nobody did because the women's That's why I brought the men's up first because the women's been so fucking dominant. They won 61 or 62 in a row by now, and they won every game
But it's
by
the
at
same
least
thing on the
10 points or so. Like that was the first time they've had a
But it's
single
the
digit win in like 8, 9 Olympics or some shit like that.
I think so. But it's the same
Like,
thing on the women's side. That gap is starting to close now. Like
yeah,
France has been like France in general has been like really going hard on sports as far as like basketball and soccer specifically.
yes.
Because for years it really was only USA and Australia for years. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was always the finals in the women every year. Every Olympics was USA and Australia. And now Australia has slid down. And you know the other countries have stepped up. Like this was big for France to have their men and women's basketball team in the gold medal game. Like that was huge. Like we knew the French men would be there. Serbia was a dogfight for the men, of course. Because we see what Joker do to them on a regular in the NBA. So yeah, you put him with some of his country guys, and they know how each other play because they've been playing together since they were like little kids. So that was a total bad matchup and disadvantage for real because they were just coming out gunning. They had shooters. We had shooters because I mean we came back, we were down at half and came back and won it, but they were not just gonna lay down at all by
No.
far.
One of the other crazy things about the Olympics was the United States running away with the medal count this time. They had like 123
Like
or so,
running.
126.
I think it was 126.
Yeah, and then
I
China
think the
was
next highest
second
was like
place at
70.
like 90 something.
Was it 90?
Yeah, they had.
I thought it was lower than that. I know they had 40.
they
We
had
tied
like,
in gold with them.
no, they tied in gold.
I know we.
Yeah, wait, China had 91.
Okay.
And USA had 126. And in the gold medal
But that's
count,
always like that every
China and
year.
USA both have 40.
Because usually between track and gymnastics is where we usually win most of our gold, our medals anyway.
I think the rest of the world is caught up in every sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some sports we caught up in.
Yeah, there was.
Bro,
I'm
there's
super
some sports we
interested in
still
the
need
next
some
Olympics.
catching up to. Like, I'm not gonna lie, men's soccer. We're
We don't send our best.
behind.
Well, that's because the team that we put out for the World Cup is never the same team we put out in the Olympics. But that's a lot of countries right now. If you really look at soccer, a lot of the same, like the country, the team they put out for World Cup soccer is never the same team they put out when the Olympics come. It always looks different. I think the women's team is the only one. The women's soccer team for USA, that was the same team from World Cup.
I want to say the women's team is almost it's mostly
except
the
for
same.
Megan Rapinoe.
It may be, yeah, it may have been like a couple of a few players here or there, but the men's team is definitely different. I know that for sure.
Yeah,
because
and that's like I said, that's every country because they just don't. It's something, and it's mostly because usually the Olympics and when the soccer season starts, because Premier League started tonight or tonight. So when the soccer season starts and during World Cup, a lot of teams won't allow their players to go play for their country. So
in the World Cup or the
it's
Olympics?
like not World Cup. I'm sorry, Olympics. Yeah. Olympics, my bad. Like World Cup, the World Cup's different because of who runs it.
I think for soccer,
Olympics,
World Cup
it's like they don't
care
about the Olympics.
Yeah, like for soccer, and I don't have a very big soccer file, but for soccer, like World Cup is like, yeah, Olympics, okay, cool, whatever. But like the World Cup for soccer is king. Like that's what they care about in soccer. But yeah, Olympics is nice, okay, cool,
and it used to be It used to be where you pretty much send like the same team to both, but when you got those years like where they're kind of like in the same year, like World Cup was at the beginning of the year, Olympics is this year, so it's like,
Yeah.
and I want to say it's it's not gonna be the same thing because what we get the World Cup in 2026,
Yeah, 26.
And we get the Olympics in 2028.
and then we get the
28, yep.
Olympics in 2028. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
which is
it's
amazing
gonna
for us
be
to get
it's
both
gonna
of
be
those back to
exciting.
back.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy to see
Yeah, that's
because
fire.
I want to say Houston is getting a game or something for sure for the World Cup, and I know Dallas is too.
New York is they have the game at MetLife.
New York,
Yeah,
at MetLife, Mexico. I don't think there's a game in Canada. I know Mexico is getting
there may
games.
be. I'm not sure. You may have to double check it and see. But I
Toronto
thought
might
that
have
there was
got.
going to be at least one game or something in each country. Canada may get something. I don't know, but I haven't even like looked into it yet to see who. But I know Houston is getting one. I know Dallas is getting one. LA, of course, and then I want to say Chicago, New York, and I think Miami. Those were some of the cities that I remember hearing like were for sure getting games.
I know DC not getting one because it was a whole thing. Like, bro, our stadium's so trash. We can't even get a game in DC for the World Cup. Like, I know that was a thing. So we not getting one. I think MetLife is as close as we getting to DC.
Yeah, I think MetLife is the closest for us. Miami's getting one, and that's mostly because of Messi, being down in Miami, and they have like the newest stadium. So,
well, not only that, but you know, the Latin American population down there is crazy.
Yeah.
So they trying to look for marketability and selling tickets and everything, and it's like you got the fucking World Cup, so you know you're gonna sell tickets, but you want to look at how
it's not even that. It's the World Cup. People travel for that. It's like what we know about wrestling, like with WrestleMania. Like it don't matter. It almost don't matter what city you have it in because people are coming from around the world. So the World Cup is the same way. Like they're gonna come from every country to come into the US for the World Cup. So same thing with the Olympics. Like people are gonna travel from all over the world to come into LA for the Olympics. So it's definitely gonna be something to see. I tell everybody, like, if you have the chance to go to a World Cup game, like, go. Like, soccer is so different live than it is when you're watching on TV.
It really is, man, and I didn't realize it until I went, and I think I was covering a soccer match or something like that, man. But like being there and being in the atmosphere, and it was at UH's old stadium when the Dynamo played there before they got the new one. And I'm like, man, this little small rinky-dink college football stadium, they got this thing rocking. Like, bro, they had like drummers in the crazy fan section where they got this big ass like drum. They like boom, 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 bro. Like I'm talking about, like you feel the rumble in the stadium, and we're talking about a stadium that don't seat no more than like maybe 30 or so thousand, maybe 40,000 people or whatever, 20, 30, 40,000. Not a huge stadium at all. But those fans, they're that passionate that they're like, nah, don't matter how many people we fit in here, we're gonna be loud as fuck and we're gonna be passionate as fuck behind the sport that we love.
DC United kept the lights on at RFK Stadium after the Redskins moved. Like they used to pack that stadium out. Like an NFL, old NFL stadium. They used to pack that stadium out for DC United games. Like they moved into another stadium now, like a newer stadium now that's like smaller and like more intimate, but when I was like as a kid going to DC United games, I remember them packing out RFK Stadium and it was rocking every game, even when the team wasn't good. Like you said, the drums and the horns, and like it was. I'm not even a soccer fan for real, but just like being in person for that, like bro, this is different.
The crazy thing about it is like those MLS teams, especially like when they were just coming up, it was cool because it was like something that was new, that was kind of hip, and you know, people were like, "Oh, this is cool." after a while, I think the novelty itself wore off to the casual fans, and the hardcore fans kind of stayed around, but they were trying to grow the game, you know, in order to make it more appealing for everybody, and they just couldn't do it. Now, I think with soccer itself, especially European soccer becoming more popular here in the United States, us having more prominent US players in European soccer, and then some of those soccer legends from European soccer coming over to the MLS, you know, to, you know, wind down their careers. I think that all that crossover is finally starting to take root, and it's starting to help. It's starting to help the sport grow here in the United States. I think one of the other cooler stories about the Olympics was just like, outside of all the craziness that was going on, was the fact that Snoop Dogg and Flavor Flav were like the United States mascots, especially Snoop.
Like big ambassadors, big ambassadors.
Huge. And it just went along with this whole theme that we're seeing lately of older rappers actually enjoying old age. And we're living to see them live to an old age and enjoy old age. Because before they wouldn't live to see, you know, 40, 50, 60 years old. Or if they did, their quality of life was so poor, it was just like, you know, like, damn, look at, oh boy, he looks crazy or he's terrible or whatever, strung out on drugs, whatever. But it's like, you not only see them living and thriving, but you see them living and thriving in secondary careers. And I'm here for it. I'm happy to see it, you know, because we in roughly the same age bracket, all of us. And it's just like seeing those older rappers that you used to see die off in their 20s, maybe 30s, living to their 40s, 50s, 60s, or whatever. That is dope to see. And then not only that, but like, bro, we're talking about Snoop Dogg, the nigga who made Gin and Juice, is out here at the Olympics with a full equestrian suit on.
Boy, Snoop was ready to
like,
run for
come
the road,
on, bro. Like, this is what's cool about this country and stuff. Like, you can see some shit like that, and you know he hired in a pair of eagle titties. But he out here at the Olympics rapping like, and everybody is loving it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I just think that was one of the coolest things about the Olympics. Was seeing Flavor Flav and Snoop like repping the country like that. Like that was
that definitely.
Man,
that definitely was, because like Snoop makes sense, but nobody would have thought Flavor Flav would have been like an ambassador for the US during the Olympics. Like,
bro,
that's different.
He sponsored the women's water polo team. Like, that's crazy.
You said he sponsored them?
Yes, Flav stepped up. He saw their story that they needed.
He paid for everything for them.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't think people realize, like, for Olympic sports, like, we know basketball is a big deal. We know soccer is a big deal. Yeah, but like them track and field, but them some of them I don't want to say lower tier, but some of them smaller, lesser known sports like that, like that shit ain't cheap. Like, they be needing sponsors and stuff to get to them games. Like,
yes,
I even wonder how people even get into them kind of sports. Like, how you get into water polo and like, yeah,
going to private school. A lot of private schools. A lot of private schools, a lot of the stuff that you don't like, a lot of those sports that us who went to inner city schools don't have. A lot of the like private schools have like water polo, cricket, I can't think of what else, but like especially like sports like those, archery, that they have in the Olympics,
equestrian sports, and
right,
stuff like that.
Lacrosse,
a lot. Well, like we had a lacrosse team, so
yeah, lacrosse is starting to cross over a little bit.
It is, but
yeah, like we had lacrosse, and I went to a hood at school, and I was shocked we had lacrosse.
right now that like he said there's some districts around there that have like a district team because each individual school in the district can't field enough players.
Yeah.
But within the district, they can field a
Mhm.
team. So the whole district has to have one team of lacrosse players.
Yeah. So DC does that with a lot of sports like that. Like they'll have like a club, or like one school will have like a club team in a certain sport, but kids from other schools can go there because it's not sponsored by the city basically.
Right.
Like hockey teams do have lacrosse.
Lacrosse
Like most
is-
schools have lacrosse now, but like
Hockey is
hockey
one of
for
them,
sure.
too.
Hockey definitely, like archery, like stuff like that. Yeah, the kind of
And
off-brand
it's
sport.
crazy because lacrosse is growing. Like now that like they have like lacrosse is growing to the point that HBCUs are offering lacrosse now. Like Virginia State has a lacrosse team. Bowie has a lacrosse team.
Well,
I think
think
everybody in
because-
the CIAA has a lacrosse team now.
Yeah, I think when you look at lacrosse, specifically lacrosse, I think you can take skill sets from other sports and make someone decent at lacrosse. Like football, baseball, basketball, a
Yep.
little bit soccer. You can take those skill sets and kind of put them together to make a decent
Yeah.
lacrosse player. So if you were decent to good in one of those sports, you can probably be halfway decent in lacrosse. I don't know that for a fact. So if anybody plays lacrosse, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just my assumption.
I feel like that's what ain't that something?
Bruh.
I heard lacrosse and look who popped in.
Dre is like the Joe Hendry of lacrosse. You say lacrosse and they just pop up.
No, that was funny though. Like that was a fact. Like literally was talking about him and lacrosse, and then here you go. But I feel like Dre's told us that before though about lacrosse. Like as far as like if you were athletic in like some other sport, like you said, Breeze, like you're able to cross over to lacrosse rather well, and at least be able to learn and adapt to it, especially football and I believe basketball, I think he said, and soccer.
I would think maybe even, like I said, baseball from the hand. Like if you play football and baseball from a footwork, physicality, and hand-eye coordination standpoint, you can probably play lacrosse and be good at it, decent at it. Again, not trying to be disrespectful.
He appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Cause they love him in London and Paris and Tokyo, America, Scotland and Canada and Mexico. They say, I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Bro, the
I
way he
believe.
popped up
I
like
do
that,
believe.
I had to pull it out.
Nah,
Pause.
that was funny as shit.
Pause.
Wrestler, soccer players,
No
basketball
Diddy.
players.
No Freako.
No Diddy.
No Pat.
So now the Olympics was really dope this year. This is the first year I really ain't watched for real. Usually I do catch a lot of the events. So this year I didn't really watch other than basketball. I caught some track. I did get to see most of I think I caught every one of Simone Biles floor events.
I caught some of those. A lot of the track stuff.
I caught some of the
funny.
random
Early as shit in the morning. Know that,
Bruh, well, because
yeah, you had to
there
catch the replay.
Between me and France, there's a 7-hour time difference. So between y'all, there's a 6-hour time difference.
Mhm.
And it's
Yeah.
like it was crazy.
Most
It
of the
was
track
real
stuff was at like 5, 6 in the morning.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get getting ready for work, turn the TV. I'm like, what the fuck? That's live?
Bruh, and the ones that they would have at night, it would be like in the middle of the day for us. Because I remember, like, I'm sitting there in my office and I got my door closed and everything. I'm doing my thing. My manager texted me, "Hey, we about to watch the 100-meter finals." Oh shit! I didn't even know the shit was on. Like, hey, bro, hey, the relay
Shit,
coming on. You coming up? Yeah, I'm. Walk down.
USA
the hallway.
women played at what 9:30 Sunday
The
morning.
finals,
And
the
men played
final
at
was
3:30.
8:30 on Sunday morning.
Yeah, 8:30 for you. So yeah, like all of that shit was like super breakdancing. You're right. Look, breakdancing was the one I watched because I was just like, this is different. It was hey, bro. I'm mad we didn't have one black person on the team personally, but we also got movies like Step Up and Save the Last Dance and shit like that. So I ain't surprised. So yeah, breakdancing.
Grand opening, grand closing.
I don't have nothing to say.
Oh,
about
they
breakdancing.
removed it. They hold on.
Yes,
so they removed
bro.
breakdancing.
Yes.
Out of here.
Yes. Before dog, as soon as they ended the closing ceremony, oh yeah, we not doing this shit no more. Like they no,
bro.
Yeah, Howard has one, and that, I was just saying that, Tasha. A lot of the HBCUs have lacrosse teams now. Because I seen the Virginia State lacrosse jerseys, and I told my man, I need you to sneak me one. Them joints hard.
Hey,
they definitely dope.
Hey, look.
Hey, bro, tight eyes definitely should have.
Bruh, this was my
man.
thing.
Columbus
I said, look, we would have won. U.S. men would have won gold easily. All we had to do was give Chris Brown an 8-ball and a Red Bull.
Hey, can you imagine going to the
And the
Olympics
Usher-
with Chris Brown as an Olympic athlete, bro? That shit would have.
Come on, dog.
Hey, bro, for breakdancing, him,
That nigga-
bro, you
that
put
nigga-
him, Usher, and
Come on,
Omarion
dog.
on the team.
on tour at night and during the day he competing in oh my god.
Man, look, that nigga
Bruh,
Omarion would have
Chris
won
Brown-
gold off just icebox shit.
Bro, Chris Brown,
Oh,
Usher,
man.
and Omarion, we got gold easy. Easily would have won gold in that joint.
Bruh.
So
You know what? We might got to bring this back and rethink this team because I kind of want to see it.
Hey,
I'm telling you, I'm about to put that in the air.
now look,
What else?
before we change
with the
topic,
Olympics,
before I be a professional, you know, I got to do something a little wild. The one Olympic sport that we do need, that I know the U.S. will win gold in, but they may get some competition from around the world because the world is catching up.
twerking.
Thank you. He read my mind.
I don't know why. I don't know why, but I knew you were going there, bro. Like, but see, we gotta send the hood rats though. We can't just send anybody. You can't just send something because they got ass. You gotta send the hood.
Wait. Since I'm okay, we here now. Who is judging Olympic twerking?
Me,
Because
I'm volunteering for tribute
because he said I'm volunteering for tribute. Listen, because I don't
for
even know why I'm
rips.
doing this. I don't even know why I'm doing it with y'all, but I feel like
this is what we do, bro.
I feel like the American method of twerking may not win gold. I just don't know because the rest of the world can't do what a lot of, if you just look at European women dance and stuff like that. If they not break dance, like the actual twerking part of it, they don't even have the right mechanisms for good twerking. You feel what I'm saying?
It was a Russian twerk class one time.
Oh my god, a Russian twerk class.
My brother.
I feel like I would like watching that.
I need y'all to find that video. I remember seeing
I'm on
the
YouTube
video
right
years
now.
ago in Russia.
Russian.
I'm just saying. See, Sierra always trying to cut short the fun, dog. Like, nah. Get in, loser. We're going for a ride. Man, you know what? Somebody take his phone from him. Because I say I'm bored and unsupervised. This nigga, it lives his life bored and unsupervised.
Hey, dog.
Really
what the hell?
No comment. I am backing out on that one.
Anyway, thank you, Dre, for
That's
that transition.
That's funny.
That is hilarious, but
because of the Olympics, the WNBA took a break. So they basically do
and they are
what
back.
hockey does every Winter Olympics. They take a little mid-season hiatus. But they're coming back tomorrow night. We're doing this live on Wednesday, so they're coming back Thursday night. I'm most looking forward to this stretch run to see who took advantage of the break and who's going to come out of this break playing their best basketball. That's really the main
Yeah,
and
because
only thing I'm looking at right now going down this stretch is to see who can hold on to their spots where they were and who can try to make a move up and down that playoff ladder to see who took advantage of their time off and what adjustments they may have made.
the Liberty were very hot going into that break. So that 2-week break, it could help or hurt them. You know what I mean? Like coming out of it, it also rested a lot of their players. So I think that could help the Liberty a lot. Chicago Sky were definitely skyrocket. Like they were not peaking, but they were on the rise.
Yes. Yes, they definitely
they
were
on the rise going into the break. So even Indiana was starting to catch like their footing before the break also, and they were playing better basketball. So that
They
2-week
really
break
were.
actually could be good for them.
Yeah, they really were. And what's crazy about the way the standings are now, Indiana, remember how low they were when we were like towards the beginning of the season? Right now, they're the number 7 team in the playoffs right now, and the Sky is number 8. So those are the last 2 teams in the playoffs as of right now. It's just
It's crazy the way they do the
to
playoffs. I guess because it's only 12 teams. So
yeah, they
it's
just
only
do the
12
top 8.
in the WNBA. Yeah, so it's like the top 8 period in the league, not
The
like
Mystics not
top
going.
4.
Yeah.
As of right now, no, the Mystics are number 11.
Oh, I
and
know
then the
we not.
Dallas
I
Wings
don't
are
want to
number
go.
12.
I want Paige. Bring Paige to DC.
Well, right now the Mystics and the Wings are tied at 6 and 19. The Sparks are right behind them at 6 and 18.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I do. Have you not seen Satu Sabali? You must don't watch, brother.
Brother.
That
I'm talking about as far as what they do on the floor.
Me too.
She's good too.
No, she's good though. She really is good though. Like I think she might end up like not in Dallas too much longer, but like I like what she does like on the court.
Bro,
Like,
right now she averaging 18.6 points and 8 rebounds a game with 4 assists and damn near 2 steals.
Yeah, because right now Fever and Sky are gonna make it. Chicago Sky are number 8 right now.
So you said the 4 that's out right now is the Mystics, the Dallas Wings, and who else?
The Atlanta Dream, the Mystics, the Sparks, and the Wings are out right now.
And she's gorgeous.
The LA Sparks are 6 and 18. But a lot of that came down to Kelsey Plum and Kate Martin about to give the Aces that push. I think so. Kelsey Plum coming off of her Olympic performance, her and Asia. I mean, the Aces and Liberty are looking like the WNBA finals again as of right now. But the Connecticut Sun who gave the Liberty a lot of trouble last season, like going into the playoffs. So the Mercury are playing really great basketball, and so are the Seattle Storm. So, and Minnesota's looking great too. Minnesota's been playing lights out basketball going into the break. So, like you said, this 2-week break is either going to help or hurt a lot of teams, and we'll see how that push goes tomorrow as we get the Mercury and the Sky tomorrow, Mystics and Lynx, and Liberty and Sparks to kick off the second half of the season.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good second half. I think Dre tripping because Angel, the way she's been playing and how important she's been for Chicago this season and the double doubles and all of that.
Angel
got that locked up.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese is gonna be the
and I feel like she's been in the lab. Like, I mean, she's been on her little vacations, but because social media posts everything she does, but I think she also has been putting that work in the last 2 weeks. And I said, Angel has a game like Asia does, in a sense, like a young Asia, before Asia figured out like her footwork, getting her jump shot there together. I think once Angel works on her footwork and gets a little step step away mid range, she's
Yeah.
gonna be very dangerous.
When she get,
I think
yeah, when
she
she get,
focus on that more than trying to be a 3-point shooter.
well, here's the thing:
Yeah.
if she can just get, if she's working on that outside shot, which is good. But the one thing that I will say that I've seen from her, like continuing the WNBA, is her physicality on the court.
For sure.
And
Oh yeah,
she
don't
don't
shy
mind.
away from.
She don't shy. She welcomes the contact. She looks for the contact.
Mhm.
Like she don't
But
mind.
she's been like
dropping
that since
shorty into
Maryland.
somebody else's chest and going right back up with the ball after
Like-
she get an offensive rebound. And I love that.
I don't know how much of. I don't know how much y'all seen of her when she was at Maryland, but when she was at Maryland, that's exactly how she played. Even in high school.
Okay.
High school, she was the same way. She's always been a very physical player.
If I'm not mistaken, she grew up playing with dudes, so it's like
Yeah, she's one of the ones that, like, most of the guys she played with in Baltimore, she didn't play with too many, girls. Like, she grew up, on the street playing with the homies. So
yeah,
and the way we always played with girls, I know around here, it was like if you on the court, you a hooper. We not looking at you like a girl. We not gonna take it easy on you.
None of that shit.
Because you a girl. Like once you step on the court,
I'm sending that shit,
Bro, look.
None of that.
Because what you ain't about to do is talk about how she just hit these threes all in my face like that. We ain't gonna talk
bro,
about that.
let me tell you, it was.
I ain't about
it
to
used
be clown.
we wanted the ball out
Lock it
because
down.
it was other dudes that was waiting to play, but it'd be females that talking shit too, whether they played or not. And the last thing you wanted to do was get clowned by the females sitting on the side of the court. So if it was a female that got on the court with us and you already see everybody out there, everybody talking, and she clowned you, oh, you getting clowned for real, because now you.
And there's some girls that could really hoop though, and you just couldn't do nothing. It was a couple girls around here that could like hoop, and it was nothing you could do about it. Like they played like guys, so it was like they get out there, and I'm talking about they crossing, they dropping niggas like. So you gonna get one or two of them that really hooping. And it's like, damn, bro, she good. Like I can't do nothing about this. Like
I said, when I was in school and we used to go to like the open gym or whatever, and the girls would come in the gym trying to hoop. Oh yeah, they get on the court. If you come in this paint, I'm sending that shit. I don't care about none of that. Like it's getting sent the other direction. We can worry about you being a girl when the game over, but right now, like you said, we all hoopers. If you want to step out here, you can treat it the same way.
Bro.
You catching these forearms and all that. I don't care.
I remember we had a homegirl. It was a couple of them that I went to high school with that I know could hoop like that. But when I got to Tulane, like these my homegirls, like still to this day, like I keep up with them and stuff. And one of them live here, but like they played in the WNBA. Mm-hmm. Like Gwen and Janelle. I want to say Janelle won a title with the Seattle Storm back in the day, if I'm not mistaken. And I'll never forget one time they was in the gym doing something. Mind you, they like my height or whatever. And I'm like, wait a minute, man. I'm not about to get punked by no 6'5" female. Like, we ain't about to do this. Like, hold up. Like, oh, this some bullshit. Hey, they could go.
Oh, yeah.
And every time I hear a dude talk about, man, I ain't letting no female be.
Okay. All right.
Okay. You obviously ain't playing.
It's not about what you gonna let her do.
Yeah.
But I mean,
she gonna do what she want to do.
Like I ain't gonna lie. I told my ex-girlfriend this. I was like, when we was on our first date and we was doing the little shooting thing, I was like, we vibed or whatever. I was like, but when I seen you had like that perfect catch and release, I was like, I was mesmerized. You had me right there. She was like, what? I was like, yeah, that's when I knew. And I don't look. And she was like, so I thought nah. It was when I saw you shoot a basketball. I knew right then and there. Like, yep, I like her. She can shoot a basketball. Hey, if a woman can shoot a basketball, do some sort of athletic talent or something like that, like to me that takes her up a little. Or if you know sports or something like that, like you have that kind of knowledge or anything with sports or something like that, that puts you up there for me. I'm sorry. I don't make no bones, apologies, or nothing about it. Moving on real quick, so we could let y'all elaborate on the real festivities from this weekend. But just real quick, the standings in Major League Baseball, the trading deadline has already passed, so it ain't no more movement or nothing like that. We got the Yankees in first place in the East, the Guardians, and they only had a half a game lead over the Orioles. The Guardians have a 4.5 game lead over the Twins. My Astros have a 2.5 game lead right now over the Mariners. That's in the American League. National League, you got the Phillies over the Braves by 6.5, Brewers over the Reds by 8.5, and the Dodgers over the Diamondbacks and the Padres by 2.5.
And the captain made history tonight. The fastest to 300 home runs for Aaron Judge.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me because I sure did forget. I got the alerts and I kept forgetting to interrupt us and bring it up, but yeah.
Yeah, I figured we were going to touch baseball, so I was.
That's why I was like, I knew it was something else baseball, and I messed up because I didn't click on the baseball homepage. I clicked on the standings to look at the standings, and then I forgot about the Judge thing. But yeah, the fastest player in Major League Baseball history to 300 home runs in 955 games.
Aaron Judge is a freak, bro. Bro is a defensive end playing baseball. He ain't.
Nah, he dead ass is though.
Like, no, I know. I'm not being funny.
Not even a defensive end. A big ass defensive end.
Yeah. He's like a 3-4 defensive end player.
Yes. Like, no funny. Like dude is really jacked for real. Like it's not a surprise that he's as great as he is at baseball. I really think he's one of those players like he could go play another sport and be just as good.
Aaron Judge is listed at 6'7", 282 pounds, bro.
Yes. Now, when I think
you don't go put your hand in the dirt and go tackle somebody,
bro.
Fuck.
You know who other body type he reminds me of? The left tackle for the Steelers, who just retired not too long ago, Villanueva. Villanueva was like 6'8", 6'9", about 280 something, 290 something maybe. But he was one of them.
Aaron Judge reminds me of LeBron a lot too, because LeBron has that same build where, like younger LeBron. I don't know about LeBron now because he's slimmed down, but definitely like.
Why is this nigga playing baseball? He built like LeBron and Myles Garrett. Why is he playing baseball, dog?
He's definitely built like LeBron and Myles Garrett.
Oh, I know why. I know why he played baseball.
That money.
That baseball money. I can make this and I ain't got to get hit either. Oh, you tripping. Let me go.
That's why I don't understand why Russell Wilson ain't like what? Why is him and Kyler in the like what? Y'all ain't. You don't want to throw the baseball? You rather throw a football?
Okay, I put it to you like this. Kyler really could have probably done something because he was, from what baseball
he was drafted in the first round.
Really that good.
Yeah, he was a high first round pick too, I think.
Yeah,
no, Russell was
like
too,
I want to say like number between 9 and 18 or something like that. It was he was like a high to mid first round pick.
The Yankees
Russell Wilson was like I think like a 4th round pick or so in both drafts. I want to say he was like a later round, mid round pick in the Major League Baseball draft. But like
Murray was picked 9th overall by the Oakland Athletics.
Okay, that's what I knew it was between 9 and 18. I couldn't remember what, but Russell Wilson was. I want to say it was like between the 3rd and the 6th.
Yeah,
in the MLB draft. I'm not sure, but he wasn't as highly regarded as a prospect as Kyler was.
Fourth
what I
round
remember.
by the fourth round by the
He was
Orioles.
initially picked in the 41st round in 2007 in the amateur draft, but he chose to go to college and play football, and then he was drafted in the 4th round in 2010.
That's
He
the one.
never.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah.
in baseball, if you don't sign your contract, you revert back to the next
Yep.
draft.
Okay, so
Okay.
I knew it was somewhere between the 3rd and the 6th. I knew it would, it was similar to his NFL draft. It wasn't the exact same, but it was similar round. But
Yeah,
like he still, even though he got better, he still wasn't as highly regarded.
yeah. But just put that in perspective. So again, Russell Wilson, was picked in the 41st round of a draft. Baseball, I don't even know how many rounds they had, but I didn't even know they had. I know they had more rounds than any other draft. I know they had that damn many. But for Kyler Murray to be picked 9th overall, that lets you know how good of a baseball player he really was. Like even
He
with
was
the knowledge that
amazing. I've watched him.
like even with the knowledge that he's probably gonna go to the NFL. I don't care. We're gonna pick him 9th overall, and if he chooses us, then he chooses us. Like that's crazy, bro.
The thing
Like,
I remember
if I remember, he still goes to the A's camp, just like how Russell goes to Yankee camp in the offseason.
Yeah,
for spring training before they report to.
Yep.
The thing that
I think Russell. I don't think Russell
was,
did this year.
Russell's getting older now, so it's probably not, good for him to be doing all that shit. But
the thing that stuck out to me the most about Kyler Murray on a baseball field was his arm.
Yeah.
Like the speed was going to be the speed because you saw that in football. And I didn't know how strong of an arm he actually had on a football field until I saw him throw on the baseball field. And then I saw him throw like a couple of like it was like some quick out routes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw how quick the ball got there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it ain't no way you throw some of these routes, especially some of those slants and stuff. Like when you see certain quarterbacks throw certain routes, Breeze, you a wide receiver, you know this. If that slant come in hot and heavy, or that out route is like right there as soon as you turn around, okay, this dude got an arm on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no way that ball is getting there that fast. You can have accuracy and timing all you want, but the ball is not going to have that zip, that pop on it and get there that fast unless he's got an arm on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what made me realize, like, oh, this dude could really throw a football because I'm seeing the way he's throwing this baseball. And of course, it's a different thing, but it made me just pay attention to him more. And it was because of the offenses that he was in. He wasn't asked to throw like 60-yard bombs all the time.
Yeah.
Or put it, on the money over the middle, like, between the linebacker and the safety, 20-yard dig route, like drop it in there. He wasn't asked to make certain throws like that consistently enough. So people didn't think that he had the arm strength to do that.
Shit. But if I remember correctly, Kyler Murray played like third base or something like that, or shortstop or something, right?
Yeah, it was infield.
So,
I knew it was
infield. So if you look at him, even when he plays quarterback, like guys that grew up playing strictly football can't really do this as well. Guys who have baseball backgrounds, so like a Baker Mayfield, a Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, they can change their arm angle and trajectory easily, like on the fly. So if you see Kyler like in the pocket under pressure, he most quarterbacks they throw arm angle up here. Like Kyler can sidearm it, and with the same amount of zip because it's similar to throwing a baseball, throwing the first base,
Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford, another baseball guy. Like them dudes, like on the fly, they'll wind up here and then just drop it and like, bro, this shit is crazy. And when you can not only change the arm angle but keep the zip on it. Because like a dude that throws from a football angle, which is typically up here at all for the most part, when he starts throwing side, it hurts because his body, the arm angle, the muscle, all that is different. When you play baseball and can throw sidearm and still have the same zip on it, like throwing an out route or a swing pass, stuff like that, man.
Bro, I remember this because I remember watching John Elway and like Brett Favre and guys like that do that kind of stuff. And John Elway he said, I ain't gonna play for the Colts. I'll go play baseball. So I remember all of that. But I mean, baseball is going to be good down this stretch because there's still a couple of tight races, and there's still there's still going to be some players that are going to have some performances, and just watching like Judge and Ohtani, them two just be like, nah, I'm the best hitter in the game. No, I'm the best hitter in the game. Like, that's going to be fun to watch down the stretch of this season. But going back to our original topic, calling back, but then bringing up a new topic, what did we do this weekend? Like, I don't like going outside because I don't like people. I really don't. I don't like people, bro. Like, sometimes I'll be in here, I'll text my kids because I don't even want to get up and go talk to them. But you two guys, y'all like to be outside. Y'all don't mind being outside.
That's just, I don't mind being outside.
See, but you see how I phrased that, right?
Yeah, liking it is different than not minding it.
Because I know who I'm dealing with.
Yeah, I'll go outside when it calls for it. Like, I'm not trying to be outside every weekend. Like, you know,
like if I'm here on the social battery level, y'all about right here.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more
Look,
tolerant.
I'm still trying to. Once he told me SneakerCon was in DC this weekend, I've been all week, bro. I've been like, damn. All right, Jackson need a haircut. I'm like, Jackson get his hair done Friday night. I was like, I can probably get the barber to come to the crib on Friday. I can slide off Saturday and just stay in DC the whole weekend for SneakerCon. Maybe I just go on Saturday because Saturday be the lit day anyway. Like, I literally been trying to like figure out how to get to DC this week.
See, like that I wouldn't do. Like, I'm not I mean, y'all see behind me. It's shoes all back. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a sneaker guy. Like, I got 100-something almost some pair of shoes, but I'm not. I can't do it. That's too many people. Like football, training. I could have gone to training camp. Too many people. I've never been to SneakerCon, so I probably need to go all with GP just one time. But
yeah, it's like going to Mania. Like, once you go to Mania one time, it's like either you're gonna want to go all the time, or you're good on going because it's like, all right, I've been. That's how I am with Mania. Like, I've been to 3, and I was like, you know what? I've been to Mania. I don't need to go anymore unless it's like something spectacular is gonna happen. I don't need to go. But SneakerCon is dope because there's certain people in the sneaker community that I enjoy meeting every time I get to meet them, where it's like, it's really a joy every time I meet them for real. Like, they're good people. So people are gross.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. So there are some gross ass people out here, like, you know.
Yeah.
Man,
but we met some amazing people this weekend.
Exactly. Y'all sure did.
Man.
This was all right. So I'm gonna go first. For me, this was different. So this was my first race, like in person. Like, I watched NASCAR on TV, but I have never been to a race. So this was my first time being able to like be in that atmosphere. And the fact that it was on the pit side and not like in the stands made it even better. But it also kept with the whole thing that I'm VIP and I don't do that.
I'm about to say you started at the top. Most people got to work their way up to it. You started like
most people their first races over in the stands. Like, my first, I'm in the pit. Like, nigga, we standing like behind Bubba Wallace as he's qualifying and checking stuff. And like, I'm standing here like, yo, that's Bubba right there, yo. And we're like very close. It ain't like we like
feet away,
far back or something. At the most a foot away from him. Like Denny Hamlin is right here to our right.
Race car, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right, like Tyler Reddick is right here. We're walking around like the back garage. Like, we run into Roger Carruth as we're casually just walking through the garage. He's coming this way. Like, it was like that. So it was a dope ass fucking experience for me because that was my first time. Will not be my last. Right. Like, first off, that picture right there is different. This man had a different experience
that's from
on Sunday than I did. Like, he got to meet Chico and I mean, he had already met Raja, but like, this nigga met Chico in full Philly gear. Also, I just want to point that out. Shout out to Chico being an Eagle fan. Ain't that
He
something?
only
And
had
from the
he only
city.
had an
That's-
Eagles hat on. He had a NASCAR shirt and some green. I think them Louis shoes or something like that. But it's just an Eagles hat. But you know, he's not an Eagles fan, by the way.
Hey, man,
throw that out there.
that,
He's a Broncos
that
fan.
was enough.
He's a Broncos fan. Just throw that out there.
I can
Hey
dream.
man, I
can
just love the fact that like y'all got to like experience this and stuff, man. Like it was dope for me to see y'all get to experience this shit, and like this one was the one for me.
Yeah, man.
That one was.
I'm
the
not
one,
gonna lie.
That one was
I
the
am-
one. For
that
me
one did
because
nothing.
That one
it's a
did nothing.
double entendre.
And it was
Like-
crazy because I'm texting him and I'm like, bro, I know that picture out of everything. That's the one that's gonna mean the most because
Yeah.
it's Joe Gibbs. You know what I mean? Like being a Commanders
Yeah.
fan or Redskin fan at that time,
Mhm.
like nigga, that's Joe Gibbs. You know what I mean? That's like me meeting Andy Reid or something like that. Like that's that man. You know what I mean? So
like the picture with Raja, like I said, I met Raja a few times. You know, we've spoken before, and it was actually dope because when I saw him on Sunday before we took the picture, he actually remembered me. He saw me and was like, "Oh, what's good, bro?" And like reached out to dab me up before I was even. You know, so that was cool. But like the picture with Raja and Chico was dope because all three of us are from DC. So to have three black dudes from the city at a NASCAR race, one being the driver, one being the fan, Chico doing his media stuff, like I had to get that picture. I had to take that picture. Like that was love. But meeting Joe Gibbs. So Keyz wasn't with me on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So
I didn't make it.
yeah. So during shout out to Spire Motorsports and Malik Ray and Carson Hosevar. They hooked me up with VIP passes a VIP pass, for Sunday. So I'm doing the whole pit road thing, whatever. And during the national anthem, I'm standing on pit road next to Bubba Wallace's car, like on pit road, like you know what I'm saying. So
Right.
I'm like 6 feet from Bubba Wallace's car as they're singing the national anthem, right? You know, doing the whole anthem thing. The way that the track is set up, the flyover came from behind me on race day, like that day. Like the previous day it came from like the side of the track. It would, you know what I mean? This day
Yeah, it
came
was
from
like the
behind me.
side.
Yeah, so this day came from behind me. So, you know, naturally you fly over, comes over, you just turn and look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they finished the anthem. I'll turn around to see the flyover, and Joe Gibbs is standing like 6-7 feet behind me. Like he's standing like right there. Bro, when I tell you it would have took every member of the Hogs offensive line at their peak to stop me from getting the coach
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever even seen Joe Gibbs in person.
Yeah.
If you think I'm finna for one, and there's no security, there's no guardrail, there's none of that. I'm right here, 6-7 feet away from Joe Gibbs. If you think any of y'all finna stop me from getting under this man, I'm like, Coach Gibbs. And when I first did, like, there was 3 dudes next to me that kind of saw me. Oh, shit, that's Joe Gibbs. I said, shit, fuck pointing and looking. I'm going over it.
Yeah.
He was walking towards Denny Hamlin's car. And I was like, yo, Coach Gibbs, I gotta get this picture with you. He was like, all right, like come over. He was like, it's gotta be quick. Come on. I pulled out one keys. No, I got 2 phones. So I pulled out my first phone. And for anybody who goes to a NASCAR race, you ever get the opportunity to be like in the garage and in the pits, keep your phone camera on at all times. Because then people, they be back and forth and
All
moving. They don't have time to be
And they
sitting
be
there waiting for
moving.
you to, for you to unlock your phone. You gotta have that thing on camera mode at all times. Because you never know. So I pulled my first phone out and I was like, shit, I can't unlock, like I'm shit, this dope, right? I pulled my other phone out and the camera was already there. I said, boom, here we go. And got like, and he shook my hand and gave me like a little, I forget what it was. I still got it, some little pamphlet or whatever. And I was like, yo, thank you, coach. I appreciate it. Like, all right, cool. Enjoy the race. Bet. And hopped off pit road. Like,
And see, Saturday, I was pissed. I was mad because I found it was like what near the end of the race or like maybe in the middle when we found out I don't know if you saw it before I said something, but I didn't know the King was there, Richard Petty. That
I didn't know,
bro. I was like Richard
this
Petty
was
is
the one
here.
that you had posted.
Yeah.
You and Roger.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That one was. I was like,
that was dope for me because Roger was cool as hell though, for real. Like his family, they was deep on Saturday.
It's like we was literally walking through the garage, like to the back area, and I'm talking. And literally, as we're walking through, Raja just comes right. Yeah, he just walks right. Damn near walks
at that
into
point, we were trying to find my brother-in-law and find like the trucks. So we were walking through, going back that way, and then Raja's just casually like walking this way, and we just was like, "Hey man, we get a pic." He was like, "Yeah, cool, no problem." Like he was mad cool. Like his peoples were mad cool.
Yeah, we talked to
like
pops.
The whole experience on Saturday was definitely, it was better for me just because and me and Breeze talked about it. It was less people. I don't know if Sunday was just as, you know what I mean? Sunday is always more hectic because it's the Cup Series.
It's the main event basically. It's the main event.
Yeah, so it's a lot more hectic, more cars, more people than Saturday is. So Saturday actually was less hectic because they didn't have the Xfinity Series there on Saturday. Right. So it was actually less hectic than it normally would be because the Xfinity Series was off this weekend. So
was Saturday just the trucks, or was it the trucks and something else?
It was just they had like
it was qualifying during the day.
It was just the race wise. It was just the truck stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just trucks, and that was still.
Because I was about to say, it looked like no. The reason why I was asking because like some of the stuff y'all had posted, I saw cars, and some of the stuff I saw trucks. So I was like, well, wait a minute. Did they have two different things going on? Like I'm trying to figure out what the hell was going on.
Yeah, so they had qualifying and practice for the Cup Series on.
Hey Van, you can go to hell for that. What? I don't even like mayo. I am black. I'm gonna be real. I'm black, bro. I hate mayo. That shit, right? When the word makes me do what Jermaine just did, bro. I hate mayo, dog.
Look, there's so much stuff that we put mayo in,
and that's fine. And that's fine. But just eating it,
part is fine. Like just putting a glob of that shit on your sandwich, hell no. So, I ask for light mayo on if I do get mayo on stuff, it's light mayo on everything. Like just spread it just a little, just enough.
So look at this the picture with Keyz, right? You can see how kind of empty the garage area is. That in the background. Well, my phone is a little jacked up, but on Sunday, bro, it was like
I'm still sharing. Wait, here you go. I'm still sharing.
You still got the one with it. Look how empty the background is for that one.
Like nobody literally was there for real.
And this is just a picture that I just happened to take on Sunday, and just look at the exact same area. Look at all the different, like how many people are back.
Let me see. Which one is that on Twitter?
On Twitter, I don't think I posted that one on Twitter. It's on Instagram.
Well, wait, hold up. Shit. It's another one that they could see it from Sunday.
Yeah, so it was dope, man. It's definitely probably not my last one this season. I'm plotting on Martinsville right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna check and see. Yeah, so that's
yeah. There you go.
So that's Carson Hocevar.
Right.
That's the driver that gave me the passes on Sunday. And you like that, and that was early in the day too. That was, he ain't even in his fire suit yet. Like, but that's little like we're standing next to his car. We should have got his car in the picture, but like I was like on Sunday, I was like in the garage, like yeah.
That was crazy. Well, the thing was, man, was like I saw y'all like the picture with Breeze and Joe Gibbs. I knew was big for Breeze as a Washington Redskins Commanders fan, whatever you want to call it. But it was just like man, like just like y'all was in y'all element. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with Dre. We waiting on Dre.
Yeah, Dre had a big weekend.
I don't know if they dropped that episode yet or not, but
I think he did. But he had a big lacrosse.
Yeah, he was doing the PLL.
He had a huge weekend with the PLL. So, we were in the group chat. It was so funny. Like both of us just posting shit like back and forth. Like, yo, he at the PLL in Denver. We at NASCAR here, and it's like I'm post something, he posting. We both lit like, yo, this is. And Dre has been growing in that lacrosse world. So like
Big time.
every time he goes to a PLL event, he's meeting more and more people, but he's meeting more higher and higher up people too. So like that's super dope for him. So hopefully, I can say hopefully next time, like my brother-in-law already, like me and him talked about it the other day when they came by the house. Him and my sister, but he definitely was like, he said, bro, so the funny thing, Breeze, even when he came to the house the other day, he still was apologizing. He was like, on Monday when he came, he was like, man, my bad, man. He said, man, usually I can get passes for the whole weekend. I don't know what happened. He said, but he said, every race that y'all come to, I got y'all a whole weekend. I was like, bro, it's like, for me, it's good. Like, I wasn't really tripping about Sunday because, bro, I wouldn't have made it. My legs was on fire on Sunday.
That's
like,
why
I tell you,
like,
I was on.
Hold up,
bro, I was on the couch. I didn't wake.
Listen,
up until like 11.
I knew this was Key's first time doing this shit, right?
Yeah,
and like I know he watches NASCAR, but like I'm like there with it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So we're standing like there's at Richmond Raceway. There's an area where you can go sit down, but you can't really see nothing from where you're sitting at. It's back. It's not in the pitch. It's like in the infield between the garage and the racetrack.
Like you're pretty much gonna watch it on TV as if you at home,
right? So
you at a bar
for the
or
most
something
part,
like that.
yeah. So for the most part, we were standing in the pits watching the race, and I'm like, bro, I know Key's tired of shit, bro. Like I feel like
my legs was on.
I'm like, bro,
like
I feel like he's standing here, you know what I'm saying, with me because I'm doing like I know he's tired of shit. I'm like, so every time I get ready to walk, someone like, yo, bro, you good? Like you can go sit down, bro. Like I can.
He really was asking, like, bro, you good? You straight? I'm like, no, I'm good, man. Let's go.
In my mind, I'm like,
but also,
this nigga's dying. Like his legs done.
So we also come from like the battle rap background where like most of the venues that we use don't have seating except for like Martini's in DC does, and that's still even limited seating for real. But like most venues have no seating. So like
even
you're
deeper
standing
than that,
for like
even
4 or
deeper
5
than
hours.
Like battle rap, the true essence of battle rap, you standing around, you're not sitting anyway.
Yeah. No, that's a fact.
So for me, like, well, go ahead, Keyz.
I was gonna say, like, bro, we got to the track at like what 3-something, 2, and
probably 2-something.
Other than going to the car like twice, like we went to the car like what twice. That second time was at like 7. We had already been standing around for like 4 hours at that point.
About 6:30, 7 o'clock because the race I think started at 7:30.
Yeah, that was when we had grabbed.
But I was good though. I was good though, but like I said I knew
no funny. It didn't start hitting me until about 10, 11, where I was like, "Yo, it ain't nowhere to fucking sit down on this over here." I'm like, out of everybody pit, everybody got little chairs and they little in they joint. These niggas ain't got no chair. I'm gonna tell them about that shit too. Y'all need to get some chairs. I was like, bro, ain't no fucking chairs. Everybody pit joint got chairs, but y'all. What he told us at the beginning, he's like, say, yeah, y'all can sit on the tires if you want to. Hey, I ain't about to sit on no damn tire.
I ain't gonna lie. When he said, I was like, me being me, like I would definitely sit on a NASCAR tire to watch the race just to say I did this shit. But I'm like, bro, I'm not finna sit on these tires. I had the rest of these people on this pit crew looking like, what the fuck y'all doing? Sitting on our tires, like
right. That was the other thing. Like, I'm like, nah, I ain't been around these niggas enough for them to be like, all right, he cool. Like, I've met a couple of them before being in North Carolina. Like, y'all know why. But I've met a couple of them before being in North Carolina. So, like, I know them, but I don't because when I met them, it was on so, but I know, like, next race, like, I bet, like, I'm good now. Like, everybody was mad cool.
Yeah.
So
Keyz wore the wrong shoes.
But the other thing too is like you don't want to do something that's perceived as like disrespectful to the sport
Right.
or whatever.
Right. So I'm like, bro,
Right,
y'all gotta
especially
use these
sitting on the
tires.
tires.
Like, I don't know how much Keyz weigh. I weigh 200 something pounds. Like, I'm not finna sit on this tire and like y'all gotta put this on a truck on a race car that's got to go around this track and make time. I'm not finna sit on this tire.
Look,
Like,
I put it to you like this. I had to get I wanted a new chair for my office at work. And we looking up the chairs and everything, and then I realized they had a weight limit on there. It was like you had to weigh 250 or less, and I was like,
yeah, it's like I'm not a small person. I'm
just
not huge,
baby.
I'm not huge, but I'm not a small person by any means. So when he like, yeah, y'all can sit on the tires or whatever, I'm like, probably not gonna do that.
Like, nah,
But
that's not something I'm gonna do. Nah.
Yeah,
I was like, hey, I made it because the other chairs you had to be. It was like $300-400 plus, and the chairs was like $100-200 more at least.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I wanted to ask for one of the tires. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'd have definitely took one of them tires home, bro.
Man, look,
Yeah,
them tires,
that bitch right out.
them tires ain't no joke. Them tires
They're like
workout.
Yeah, and they're like
Nah, they really won't.
Let me put this in
Yeah,
perspective.
workout.
Them tires weigh, I think, with rims and everything, I think about 40-50 pounds each, right? Keyz, I ain't gonna say his name because but like Keyz' brother-in-law, he had a tire in each his job. He's a tire carrier. He had a tire in each arm, jumping over the wall, carrying them like this. Like
Ain't them motherfuckers, dog.
Yeah, like boom, say this, boom, booms. All right, like I'm like,
bro.
Strong as
I'm not gonna lie, that I got that on camera. I don't think I posted it, but that was the best part to me was watching them do the pit.
Yeah.
That shit was like, bro,
no,
they really
that job
quick as fuck, yo.
No, that job right there is the one that I meet between them and the ones who do the gas tanks. Them the two people I respect the most on the pit crew.
Yeah.
People who spin the tires and the dudes who do the actual gas.
I looked into it. I looked into it so that because we was wondering how much a full gas tank weighed, the gas can. We wondered how much a full gas can weigh. They said when that thing is full, that weighs about 95 pounds.
Bro,
having to just
and they be even with that.
We're not talking about 95 pounds of just dead weight. We talking about 95 pounds of liquid.
Yeah.
And so the container that it's in is heavy too, because that motherfucker's solid.
Yes.
It ain't like it's like that shit.
So
solid.
when I was down in the pits on Sunday, I forget what team it was. But one the gas man, he was like, usually the gas man is somebody that's bigger for obvious reasons, is bigger and strong. He can just sit there and hold this shit up like until it's empty. The gas man was a smaller dude. No funny shit. Right? He sat on the wall on pit road, and he had another dude like hand him the gas can. And he was holding it like this. When the car came in, they had to basically lift this nigga up so he could like. Because if you sit, like, think about how hard it is from a city position with 95 pounds of metal and liquid sitting on you to stand up and be still.
That's true. And the thing is gas is like a solvent-based material, so it's gonna weigh less than a water-based material, but it's still heavy.
Right.
It don't matter. Like it's gonna have some kind of weight to it.
Like they literally, like I said, he was sitting on the wall with the gas can in his, like it was sitting on his lap, and he was holding it like this. And they basically, when the car stopped, they basically lifted him up and basically pushed him onto the car, and they just stay there, just prop it up against the car and stay there. Like, damn, bro, like,
yeah, that's it. Like that's why I say the gas man and the guy who slings the tires. Those are the people that I respect the most on the pit crew, because those are it's the most difficult jobs to have on that pit crew to me. You could talk about the precision of the lug nuts and whatever else, and everybody's important. I'm not saying one is, but those just look like the two toughest, in my opinion.
From a physical standpoint, for sure.
Yeah, from a physical standpoint,
Absolutely,
for sure.
Because like I said, you gotta with the tires, you gotta jump over a wall and carry it. You gotta run. Like
Yeah.
they changing 4 tires and
Yeah.
filling the gas tank up in 15 seconds. 15, 16.
Yes.
And a cup a
Yeah.
cup series car, you talking about 12, 11 seconds for 4.
Yes.
When was the last time you
Yeah.
changed a tire? Tell me how long it took you to get 1 tire off your car. Like they changing
About 45 minutes.
4, they changing 4 and
Wait.
filling the tank up in 15
Because
Wait.
I ain't got the little zip, like I ain't got the
Pause.
like they got.
Let me
I'm
tell
like,
you. Look, it for
Whiskey
me to
and shit.
do
They
one
got-
tire, they'll have a whole race full of pit stops before I
like-
finish that one tire or that one side or whatever.
Now, mind you, it's a team of them, but we just talking about 1 tire. I'm not talking about when we had to change 4 tires.
I'm
Just
one man.
1 tire.
I'm one man.
You gotta jack your car up to the point where it won't fall. Take the loosen the tire, take it off, put the new one on, put that one back on.
bro.
Less
Because when I
physical
watched
stuff,
it,
bro.
they were already like taking. They were already had the joint on there doing the lug nuts before dude even got around to the other side to jack the truck up.
Oh yeah.
They were already did it up. By the time he jacked it up, they already
we
sliding the
pulling it
tires.
off.
I was like, nah.
Yeah. When
That
it
shit is
when it hit this check
precision.
coming off, boom, boom, boom.
To get the videos of it, I watched I kept watching like when I would watch Sports Center and stuff, I would watch the highlights. And because I always wanted to study like the broadcast technology, the videos and stuff like that, I would see like they would have to get on that angle and that camera shot would have to be ready and you already recording it ahead of time.
Yeah.
When the stopper guy puts the sign out there and you have to be recording it.
Yep.
Look at this shit.
And then you have to go all the way through.
And that's how when I was gonna say when I recorded mine, that's how I did it. I started right when the stopper guy had put the sign down. Like that's just like that. That's when I started.
He coming in 3, 2, 1. There you go.
Hold up, I got you. Cause I got it on Twitter. Let me go here.
I posted this one. I don't know if I posted this one.
Here we go.
There you go. Boom. Yeah. I ain't know I posted that one. That's pause it real quick. That's Key's brother-in-law with the tires in both arms. Running around in front of the truck. So y'all know I'm not bullshitting.
Like
I don't lie. I'm
He's
dead
got
serious.
these joints in the air, like, and he had been holding them for a minute, just standing there.
Tire off, tire on.
Told you before he even jacked the joint up, they had already boom.
And to be honest with you, I don't think that was a good stop because when when they finished, they was over there shaking their
They
head
said it
doing
was.
this when they finished.
Yeah, at
you
the end of the
can
stop,
tell.
all of them niggas was like, nah, like damn,
Like that wasn't it.
We could have
Look, but you could tell because like they all had the same body language. They got on the suits in the
when they
in the
walked
helmet,
off.
but it's the body language is all the same.
He pulled out, it was like, damn.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah,
I
they
wish y'all
wasn't
would
happy
change my
about that
tires and fill my tank up that goddamn fast. Y'all over there mad about it. Shit. But to be fair, they needed that race to make the playoffs, and unfortunately, they did not make the playoffs. But
Yeah, they definitely needed that one. They ran a good race, like the whole race though, for real. Like it came down, it was those caution laps at the end that kind of fucked them up. That start and stop really fucked them up at the end.
But like I said, bro,
But
I had
Sunday, you had
had
more of an. I'll say you had a little more excitement at the end of your race on Sunday though. 'Cause that's
yeah.
been like the talk of NASCAR
yeah,
since Sunday.
yeah.
That finish was it. All right, so for us, right, that are old school NASCAR fans,
Mhm.
that's a normal finish. Like there's, I guess,
So-
because they're trying to like clean up NASCAR. I guess you would say.
So I'll say this, right? So I think kind of bumping someone out the way on the last step of a race is not necessarily frowned upon if you're close enough for it to be deemed a racing move. But when you come from let's say 3 or 4 car lengths back, which is you think about how long a race car is. That's what a car length is. So you talking about a race car might be 7, 8 feet long, maybe probably longer than that actually. And you make up that amount of space in like you basically drive into a corner with no intention of making the corner naturally. You're using another car's bumper to stop and slow you down. I think that's where the problem comes in. Like that wasn't a racing move. You drove in it with every intention of I'm gonna floor this motherfucker until I run into another car. So then you hit that car,
Right.
that car spins, and then another car passes you in the midst of that, and you then make a hard left turn and hit that car and wreck that car too. It's like, all right, my nigga, like, come on now, like,
yeah. Like
I
mean,
so I think that's where the issue came. Well, I know that's where the issue came in.
But this is why I'm glad y'all like all this happened and y'all are NASCAR guys, so that way y'all could explain this because I knew something wasn't right. Seemed right. I was just like, hey, I don't
Joey
know.
was pissed. Joey was ready to
like
throw
how that was
hands
supposed
for
to
real.
go.
Like,
yeah. So so
I think
NASCAR
Joey was more mad than Denny was for real.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Denny was pissed, but Joey was pissed. Like,
but so NASCAR does a good job of kind of letting drivers police themselves for the most part. So like, all right, if you use me up is what they call it, like you run me up the racetrack or run me down the track, or you do something to piss me off in the middle of a race, it's like, okay, I can kind of get you back. Like, and
There's
for
gonna
the
be a
most part, yeah, I can retaliate, and for the most part, it's not frowned upon. Now, if I turn into the left side of your car and turn you right head on into the wall, don't do that because you could seriously hurt somebody doing that. But if I bump you out the way, try to run you up the track a little bit, that's racing. You piss me off, okay, cool, fair game. I'm gonna get back.
Bump and rub is normal.
So what happened is Austin Dillon with 3 car he was going to win the race. Clearly, he was going to win the race. Caution comes out because 2 drivers they can't drive, wreck each other with 2 laps to go, and Austin they restart the race. Austin Dillon gets beat fair and square on the restart. Now, if Joey Logano or anybody else had run down into him, bumped him, anything like that to move him out the way, it's a little bit different. But he got beat fair and square on the restart. And then going to the last turn, clearly Austin Dillon just like clearly puts his foot on the gas pedal and is like, I'm gonna hit something. Whether it's another car or a wall, I'm gonna hit something. But whatever I hit is what's gonna slow me down. Because Austin Dillon, so again, I don't know, I'm bouncing around. NASCAR has a playoff format. 16 cars make the playoffs. If you win a race, you are locked into the playoffs regardless of where you are in the point standing. You are automatically locked into the playoffs by winning a race.
This race.
Austin Dillon right now is 32nd in points. Well, prior to that, to Sunday was 32nd in points. Meaning there was no shot in hell of him making the playoffs just based on points. He had to win the race or win a race. So when he's up front like that, it's like, well,
at least one of these last 4.
Denny in the playoffs, Joey in the playoffs. Long story short, they got me fucked up if they don't think I'm finna do whatever I gotta do. So again, he's going into this last turn and he floors it and runs straight into the back of Joey Logano, spins him out. Denny Hamlin then proceeds to pass him, and he like, shit, you got me fucked up too. And then wrecks Denny Hamlin and wins the race. And that's why everybody's kind of pissed off because like those weren't racing moves. That was like something on a video game where it's like, oh shit, I gotta, video games, ain't nobody.
I gotta do whatever I gotta do to get here.
And that's what he said when he got in the car. It was like, I did what I had to do. So you can't say I did what I had to do and then deny that there was intent in what you did. That was like, yo,
I mean,
it's like, I did what I had to do. So I think of it like this, right? Let's think about it in football.
It's a moral, ethical question.
Yes, but no. Yes and no.
Yes.
Yes and no. Yes, for sure. But think about it like this, right? We have to win this game in football to make the playoffs, right? We're winning the game, or the game is tied. Last play of the game, I throw the ball, it gets picked off. Right? Clock is on 0, it gets picked off. Now I have 2 options. I'm not gonna be able to tackle you head up. I can't do it, right? I can trip you up and stop you from running. You're gonna fall down, and this game's gonna be over, or we're going to overtime, or I can try. I can just be fair, do the sportsmanship thing, and you're gonna score a touchdown. I'm not gonna win this game. I gotta make the playoffs. If I trip you up, yeah, that's bad sportsmanship. But guess what? You ain't win. And that's kind of where his mindset was at. It's like, whatever, like, I gotta win.
Yeah,
we did.
And I'm with you. I still want to hear the audio from.
So I did hear it. I heard it. So basically, there was I heard it going into 3 and 4. I didn't hear anything close prior to that yet. But basically, after he wrecked Logano or hit Logano, then he was told to wreck Denny Hamlin. But at that point, he was committed to doing what he was doing anyway. He had already made his money. Yeah. At that point, he was in mid.
So basically, he after he ran into the back of Logano and wrecked him, it was just like, well, fuck it, I'm already here. I might as well commit to the bit.
Basically. It was like, it was like, I'm committed to trying to win this race. And I don't think anything that was said over that radio changed a damn thing that he was already going to do, had already made his mind up to do himself. It just made it worse when it's
but it didn't help when the penalties came down.
Right. So it was like, okay, he was told to do it. He still probably was going to do it regardless, but he was told to do it over the radio. It's just a bad look for him. And then today the penalties came out today, and he gets to keep his win. 50K. He gets to keep his money, but he loses his playoff eligibility. So
driver points, driver points and owner points. I mean, Logano,
if he loses his eligibility,
so I was gonna say, Logano's fine was a little different because of what happened, emotions running high, he won't thinking. Yeah, he's pissed off. And he's like driving. Yeah, he's doing like 40 coming in the pit where you should have been at least 20 at the most.
He was doing.
Yeah, he was speeding.
So to put into perspective of how fast these cars really are, like pit road speed is like 65 miles an hour, 55 miles an hour, which for a normal person is speeding on any street in America that's not a highway. 65 miles an hour is fast as shit. But pit road speed is usually depending on the track, between 45 and 65 miles an hour. So he wasn't going like 15. He was going a decent amount of speed had he hit somebody.
And people, because they were at this point, there are people on the other side of the wall now because the race is over. So like they're coming out, congratulating, going up to their driver or whatever. And like, NASCAR, there's a clear video from Joey's camera view inside the car where one of the NASCAR officials was very pissed. Like he was going up to the car like he was very pissed at Joey. I think Denny handled it like a professional. You know what I mean? Like he was pissed. He said his piece, but it was like, But I think the funniest picture from that weekend is the picture. The funniest picture is the picture of Tyler and Bubba after the race where they're like leaned against the wall. Bro, they leaned back against the wall like shit. Ain't none of my business. Damn.
Well, it's crazy. So the messed up part is that it kind of is Bubba's business because Tyler Reddick is in the playoffs because he has, I believe, 2 wins.
Yeah, he's clear in. He's like what, third or fourth?
Oh, I think fourth. But Bubba Wallace has to. Yeah, I think he's fourth. Bubba Wallace is in a situation where he has to. Well, he's had a few good races in a row. So as of Sunday night, he was in the playoffs by 3 points, which is not a lot. That can be made up literally in a span of 60 laps on Sunday. But what happened is, Austin Dillon,
he could also lose that. He could lose that very much.
Yeah, he like if Bubba Wallace wrecks on Sunday, if he wrecks in the first 10 laps on Sunday, he's out of the playoffs, and then has to repoint in the next 2-3 weeks. So for Bubba, it was like Austin Dillon was a new winner, which is you don't want if you haven't won, because by Austin Dillon winning, he then leapfrogs the other 3 cars that are in the playoffs that hadn't won. But now because of the penalty, which was I think whatever the penalty was, I don't have it on hand right now. But because of that penalty, now he's not in the playoffs. Now everybody else kind of bumps forward again. So Bubba Wallace is now good by I don't know, probably 30-something points.
The thing that I read was
they
said his win wasn't going to count towards the playoff standing.
Yeah. So he gets
he'll keep the win as far as his record.
Keep his trophy. Yeah, so he gets to keep the win on his record. He gets to keep the trophy.
Right.
He gets to keep his winnings from the race.
Right.
His monetary gains from the race.
Right.
But I think he might have been fined. I don't remember if he was fined or not.
I'm not sure if he was fined. I just know that's the one thing that I read on.
Yeah, but so basically he loses his automatic playoff bid by winning the race.
Yes.
So everybody, so that the 16 drivers he leaped over to make the playoffs, he now goes back, and then he was docked points, so he goes now further into the points. So he's probably like 35th in points now.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think that NASCAR needs to change that because a winner you're in playoff format. Although I understand it because you want to reward excellence by winning a race, but teams every once in a while do luck up in a bad team wins a race. That's the Austin Dillon winning and being in the playoffs is the equivalent of being a bottom 3 team, but being bad enough to have a top 3 pick in the draft, but being awarded a playoff spot because you won your last game. Like y'all been ass all season, respectfully, been garbage all season, but you win this last game and now all of a sudden you're in the playoffs. Yeah. Like that's the equivalent of it. So
ain't gonna happen.
Right. So it's like that you got to change the format somehow to where that's not allowed because, again, one win and you're in. And he's not the only driver that hasn't been good enough to be in the playoffs, but has one win and he's in the playoffs. He's just the only driver that wrecked 2 cars to do it. Those other drivers at the very least earned their win the right way. And had the race not gone into overtime and he won originally the way he was going to win, there's no problem with it. But racing happened. He ended up losing. He would have lost, on the restart. And now it's like, yeah, bro, you can't do that. Because then it sets a bad precedent. So
right. But see, to me, you invite this kind of behavior when you have that kind of rule.
Right. And that's what a lot of drivers are saying. Like, bro, you have to change this format. Like, I understand that makes it harder for all of us. But those of us who put in that work and have the talent and ability to do it, not just from a driver standpoint, but from a crew standpoint and all of that, yeah, NASCAR is wild. It's like those of us, like Denny Hamlin has, I think, 4 wins this season, 4 or 5 wins. So it's like, yeah, I deserve to be in the playoffs. Like he's not hurting me. I mean, he tore my shit up, but he's not hurting me.
Right.
Like I mean, I think to put a car on the track for a NASCAR race, I think it's about $250,000, which most of us don't just have just sitting around. You know what I mean? So obviously, if somebody unnecessarily tears that up, you're gonna be upset a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I gotta pay. Well, not him, but like Joe Gibbs owns Denny Hamlin's car. That money comes out of Joe Gibbs' pocket one way or another. He got to pay for that. So it's like, bro, you wrecked 2 perfectly good race cars because you got beat, basically. It's like, So yeah, man, it's tough, but
I mean, it's almost like he could argue I got penalized for playing within the rules that y'all set forth.
Yeah, which that's it. That's like, listen, y'all set this up, and obviously you can't change the rules of the point system during the season. That's just not how that goes.
Right.
So, Buddy winning the race. Buddy winning that race is like a team that's 2-14, winning in week 17, winning in week 18, and making the playoffs. That's what that is.
Because it's always a divisional game.
Right.
So, like, let's make it even more realistic. That team is, let's say, 3-14, and or 3-13 or whatever, and they win that game. That means they would be 4-2 in the division and win that division because of the division record.
Yep. They ain't been good enough all season to make the playoffs.
You just so happen to win the right 4 games.
Just leapfrog over everybody.
Like, bro, you were 32nd coming into the race Sunday, and that's how it was like, bro, nah, You
And
knew what you were
to be
doing.
honest,
That was
like
all, that was
even had he
clearly.
won the race straight up, you shouldn't be able to then leap over 16 people and make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like
Like you're 32nd. Like
a points like a decent jump into points, sure. Basically 4 and 11 right there.
Yes.
More or less.
Exactly like that.
More or less.
Exactly like that.
But even then, like that example is still rewarding beating good teams.
Right.
With NASCAR, you just got to you can wreck people. Matter of fact, that's like winning a game and you commit like every scoring play you commit blatant penalties on. They don't call it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they won." You're like, "What the fuck? Hold up, you can't do that." Like,
hey, but it's like I'm sorry, like every time I think about it, like you put that rule in there, winning you in.
all right, so wait, so after I'm looking at it now, after the playoffs, after the penalties were made official, Austin Dillon is now not even in the top 30 in points.
See,
he is more than 270 points behind the cut line.
See, bruh, what I said.
So,
but it's all because
he's in the playoffs by 3 points right now.
Mm-hmm.
Boy,
which, like you said, that could all change within the next 3 races.
I mean,
like that's gonna fluctuate.
If anybody in the
next 3 races.
Anybody in the bottom 35 win, if Austin Dillon goes out and wins this week, he's back in the playoffs. But so that that's what I'm saying. Like it's still the winning your end thing is not good, but it happens, especially in NASCAR. They have like 6 races that pretty much anybody can win. Like that, there's 36 races on the schedule. 30 of them, for the most part, a better team is going to win. Somebody may luck up here and there, but a better team is going to win because you have to be a good enough driver. And
I think the only time is like those road course ones is always up in the air because anybody.
Not even that, because road course you got to be a good road course driver. Like if you grow up only turning left, you go in a road course you got to turn right.
Yeah, the road course is more like it's a lot of.
Like road course racing is more. Yeah, it's more road course racing is more skill refined with having to go right, go left, shift, and all of that shit. But on a super speedway, which like Daytona, Talladega, and now Atlanta, you pretty much they drop the green flag. Once you get to 4th gear and put the gas pedal down, that's it. Until you have to slow down and stop. So like those races,
I suck at road course
races. Yeah, no, I fucking hate road courses. If I had to drive a road course,
when I play the game
of real life.
Yeah, road. That's literally the only race where I'm always coming in last. Like I'm faithfully either wrecking horribly or coming in last on that joint because it is a lot of like shifting and like stop go.
Again, the right turns and all that kind of stuff. Because So Dre said this I don't know about soccer tables. I don't have a big enough file on soccer to know. Can one of y'all explain it to me?
No. It's not like that because soccer tables are different. If you could be like dead last and just so happen to beat the number 1 team, you still are dead last. You just happen to beat the number 1 team that night. Like that's like Real Madrid losing to I can't even think who, but that's like somebody catching them one night and them losing. Yeah, like sure, we'll use that. That's like DC United beating them, but it's like it doesn't move DC United into the playoffs or anything like that. It's just they just happen to beat them that night. Like NASCAR, the way they changed the playoff system is which I think now they're gonna start. I hope they start looking at that like nah.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you in this situation, if it would have upheld, Austin Dillon jumped from 32nd into the playoffs.
He jumped from 32nd to 14th, and locked
all because he
not even a playoff berth, like locked into the playoffs.
No, that's more like football.
Really. No,
basketball.
NASCAR standings are based on wins and placements.
Yeah,
and winning.
Yeah, that's like where you finished if you finish in the top 5, top 10, top 20, or top 25 for the most part.
Yeah, you accumulate points by
how many times you
race and all that kind of stuff.
Like DNFs, like if you finish in the top 10, you get more points for a race. If you finish outside the top 10, you don't You basically don't get any additional points. You get stage points throughout the race, but like, yeah, it's literally about like place, like wins. It's result based, wins and placement. Only thing that can change in it is if you win a race. So like the NASCAR points leader right now, I believe it's Chase Elliott. He only has one win. It might be Kyle Larson, but okay, Chase Elliott dropped some.
I think it
Kyle
was.
Larson, no way.
I think it was Kyle the last time I looked.
Kyle Larson leader. Kyle Larson has, I think, 3 wins maybe. Tyler Reddick is now second. He has, I believe, 2 wins, and Chase Elliott is third. He has 1 win. Denny Hamlin has more wins than anybody. I believe it's 5 right now. He's fourth in the in the point standings.
4.
So that just kind of puts into
yeah,
perspective.
he's 4.
Yeah,
4 at 758. So, bro, it was so. You know what was funny about Saturday was like seeing Tyler Reddick for the first time. I didn't know Tyler was that short, bro.
Yeah, well, most race car drivers are small because that to fit into that area is tough. So, like, again, I'm
Like,
6'1", 207 pounds. I would be a big race car driver. I'd be a small NBA player.
Like,
I'd be a very big race car driver.
Tyler was like what 5'2".
Nah, he ain't that small. Oh, 5.
I want to say like
5'6".
Nah. He ain't that tall because I towered over him when he walked by me. My girl ain't that much shorter than me. Like she's 5'5", but like
I can't race cars.
Nah, you wouldn't fit in that joint at all, bro. You 6'24". You wouldn't.
He is 5'3".
I can't race.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. That's what I thought he was.
But like,
but we were looking at the cars when we walked by them, and we were saying that like we were looking at that joint like, yeah, nah, we wouldn't be able to fit in that joint at all.
And then like every driver has a custom seat. So like there's
because Bubba's rather tall. Like Bubba's not a short guy or a small guy either, for real.
I think Bubba's like 5'6". But like Carson Hocevar is like 6'5". So imagine trying to fit him into a race car. Like that's you know.
But they have taller drivers. Yeah. They just
because Denny's not short either. Denny's a rather taller
for them.
So Bubba Wallace on
in and out and all of that is
1. Denny Hamlin is 6 feet. I thought that was bigger than 5'6", but he's only listed at 5'6".
Who, Bubba?
Yeah. Huh. So like Raja Karuf is that's shorter than Raja maybe 5'7".
Yeah, and I still was like significantly a little taller than him. So
yeah,
my goal next time I'm at a race, I have to get a picture with Bubba. Bubba's like the one that I wanted.
So Bubba is like anti-social. So you got to catch Bubba at the right moment. Like when he's doing his race car driver thing. But like if he has a chance to be like, yeah, I ain't fucking with it. Like he like Bubba always been cool with me. And then my friend Kiana, she's cool with Bubba and all of them. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, Bubba is definitely one. Like if he don't have to interact with you, if he don't have to turn it on, he's not.
You don't see him do. You don't see him do too many interviews and stuff like that. Like,
no,
at all.
Like, if Bubba's the kind of person, like if you're cool with Bubba, you cool with him, and he's cool with you. But like I said, if he don't have to turn it on, he's not in any kind of rush to do so, like at all.
Like and remember, we talked about that. There's so many celebrities that are like that, not just sports related, but just in general that they are very antisocial for real, especially when it comes to like if they gotta interact with the fans, they do it because they understand like they're, who they are. But if they don't have to do it,
a lot of celebrities don't like to be famous. Like they don't like being famous. They like being rich.
I wouldn't want to.
They love their job. They don't like being famous. Yeah, I mean,
I say that all the time. Like I would love to be rich, but like the famous part of it, I don't want it. I don't. I still want to be able to go to the store, like take my kids to McDonald's, and I like the grocery shop. I still want to be able to grocery shop.
Yeah,
like, I don't care about
like LeBron James. LeBron James can't go anywhere and just mind his business.
Like, bro, I pause, but I still want to go be able to pick my meat out at the grocery store. Like, I don't need somebody else going to do that. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, pause. Yeah. So
I got you. Yeah,
I mean, if I got that kind of money, honestly, I want to be able to go. I'm going to a butcher. I'm having a private butcher.
That too. Nah, that's a fact. That too.
Yeah,
I'm trying to go pick. Look, I just want to go pick my cow out. You know what? I like that cow right there.
I was
Break him
just
down.
getting ready to say, like, hey, I want a whole
I
cow.
like that cow, that pig, and all 4 of those chickens. Go and break them down. Go on, bust them down.
Go ahead, bust those down one time for me real quick.
Bust them joints down for me. Nah, but I'm already plotting on like the next race I'm going to. Like, I think Martinsville, because that's North Carolina or Martinsville are probably going to be the 2 next closest that I'm thinking about going to. I know Martinsville I've been out that way before. It is very redneck, so I don't know about that one. I can do Charlotte. Charlotte ain't that bad.
My brother got a house like 5 minutes.
You say he has a what?
My brother got a house.
Oh, for real? In
5 minutes from the track. Yeah, like literally like 5 minutes from the track.
Yeah, where my sister and my brother-in-law live at, they not too far from Charlotte. So that's why I was like, if I go to Charlotte, I know I can just stay at their house. I ain't got to worry about like getting a room with it.
No, he was the plug. This is the 5th race I've been to this year. I could have been in VIP. Bro, just saying, man. You know,
nah, that experience, bro. I'm telling you, that experience is like he said. Most people first races, they like in the stands at least. You
not
know
even
what I
in
mean?
it, like you sitting up close because NASCAR is one of the few sports where the better seats are up high because you can see the whole track.
Right.
Like any other sporting event you go to for the most part, you want to sit close to the action. NASCAR, you want to kind of sit further away because you can see everything.
Right.
Especially on a bigger track. So like most people thinking of like other sports, they first race, they sitting up close to everything, and when they go into turn 1, you can't see shit for another 30 seconds till they come out of turn 4. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Key's first race, he's on pit road meeting drivers, and you know what I'm saying? Like watching pit stops 10 seconds away from the actual team. Like,
yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got the cheat code, man. He got the cheat code. And now it's gonna be so hard for me to go back to another race and not have that access. It's like, damn, I just went to the mountaintop. Like, only thing I can get more than this is in the car. Like,
but like, no funny though. Everything I do has been like that. Like, as far as like being like a club promoter, from jump, I started meeting like celebrities and stuff that was coming into town. So like when I was like 2021, I'm driving the car to go pick up certain people from like the
airport,
from the airport and shit. Yeah. So like even with battle rap, bro, the first time URL came to Richmond, P and them was like they needed drivers to go pick niggas up from the airport. So I was like, I don't care, sure, whatever. So like the very first people that got in my car that weekend, I think it was band weekend, was Geechee.
Tough.
It was Geechee, and I forgot who the fuck else was in the car.
Man,
but it was like 3 niggas that
I'm so desensitized.
What's his name from Canada? Yeah, like now I am. Like I met the very first person I met was Surf. Like ever. Very first battle I ever got to meet in person was Surf. So for me, it's been like
fan moments over be like
I still would fan out over Surf.
I'll probably find out it was Surf.
He's kind of
He's my favorite battlers. I would find out a little bit over JC. Lux hosted one of my battles before.
Like Lux, oh yeah, the one in when you went up to New York.
In New York, yeah, Lux hosted one of my battles. So it was like
Lux is definitely one of the ones for me where I'd be like, hey bro, that's Lux right there, though. Like I still would have one of those moments with him.
I had to block it out. I had to block it out.
Rock, I've been around Rock so many times now that Rock is like Rock is cool.
I've been around Rock before.
Yeah.
So. Geechee might be different for me. But like everybody on the East Coast, I've been around.
Cool, after being around him band weekend and a couple other times, like he's mad cool.
Like A-War would be one for me because A-War is one of my favorite battles right now. But like in general, like I'm like I'll be in a room full of battle rappers and belong. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it don't I'll be cool. No. Like hey, Clips over there. Okay, cool.
It was so funny when I first kind of like started coming to spaces and like regular guys that I had met in spaces, they DM me and be like, yo, how you up there with blah 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 and blah? I'm like, cause I know them, bro. Like they cool. Like Twerk cool, Rada is cool. Like Ace,
Oh yeah, don't even get me
Ace the
started.
homie.
Yeah, oh yeah, like I got their numbers
Like,
in my
bro,
phone.
I've been around Ace.
Like,
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can call Ace right now. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a different type of experience. So I'm trying to get like that in NASCAR though. I'm definitely gonna use this to my advantage somehow. I'm gonna figure it out.
Hey,
Look,
I'm gonna
this shit
definitely
gonna be
figure it out.
crazy.
I may need to just go with him every weekend.
Bro,
Be like, hey, bro, just put me on the pit crew. I ain't even got what y'all need me to do. Y'all need me to bring y'all water. Like,
bro,
I'll throw the
I
fire suit on and just bring y'all water the whole race,
promise
Gatorade, whatever you need.
I promise you, if you did that, you may have, but it pays off because that's how I got started. I was just like, hey, what y'all need me to do? I just do whatever. And then next thing you know,
Yeah, hey, bro.
that volunteer shit turned into a paycheck.
dog, I'm trying to tell you, don't listen. I got some stuff in the works. Now I got like a little platform for myself, but yeah.
We're working, people.
We've come to the favorite part of the show.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make this one quick.
You gotta get it off your chest. And I had to bring it back to the old Roman Reigns thing because he got
the old. Yeah, I'm not crazy about it, by the way.
Not the old one.
The
old one or the new one?
The new one. I don't want the new one like that.
Yeah, it's all right. All right, so I be watching these pop the balloon challenges, right? And for the most part, I get it. It's just another like aspect of like dating in this day and age, right? But for me, like the one I watched today specifically, the other ones be funny as hell. And like it's you women. It's some of you guys too. I'm gonna get on y'all too. But these women, bro, how do you go on these dating anythings? And everybody has like their icks in a sense, right? Like everybody got standards. Nothing wrong with that by far. But you can't come in this joint. And it was this one particular girl who was a traveling stripper, dancer, exotic dancer. That's how she put it. Hey, bro, how you gonna have any type of standards when that's what you do? I don't knock it. You know what I mean? I do not knock the hustle. I love the naked hustle.
Training at Universal Technical Institute offers course.
And that's funny because there was the dude that she told no to was an IT dude who said he made like almost $200K a year. And you as a scripper turned him down, baby. He could have took you off the pole. That's how you hustling backwards, because that's the nigga that's gonna take you off the pole. So you ain't gotta do this no more. And you gonna tell him no? She told him no because he played he said his hobby outside of his IT job was he likes to play video games. She turned down one dude that was a trucker because he on the road too much. Baby, you just said you a traveling exotic dancer and you don't like the trucker because he's on the road. Bro, I promise you. So I have a second career that's about to happen outside of this beautiful pod. I'm about to start doing reaction videos. Y'all think this funny? Wait till I start doing them. Because these hoes crazy. This is why y'all single. This is exactly why y'all are on these shows looking for a man. You can't get one at home. So now you on these shows trying to get one, but then you breaking these good brothers down. And these brothers are taking it. They like, you know what, baby, that's fine. I respect you, queen. You know what I mean? You're very nice looking. You have a nice day. That's your preference. It's okay. No, not me. I'm like old boy that they call the Ninja Turtle. I'm like, hey, queen, you got her on your arms, queen. I wouldn't talk to you anyway, queen. Look at your toes, queen. Your toes curling up in your shoes, queen. That's me. I'm going to Jones you, because ain't no way you getting on here trying to break me down. And you got 5 kids with 4 baby daddies. Get the fuck out of here. Go ahead. Go home, take care of them kids, man. Oodles and noodles is waiting on them. Like, nigga, go throw them chicken nuggets in the air fryer or something, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? Dating in 2024 is ghetto, yo. I'm so glad I ain't got to do shit. I feel bad. That shit is ghetto as fuck, yo. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't, bro. Like,
Oh my god.
I ain't got nothing for
bro.
you. Because if you turning these brothers down,
Oh my god.
but you know what's crazy? They turning them brothers down for the niggas who ain't got nothing. Being homeless gets you a long way nowadays, man. I'm trying to tell you. Hobosexuals are real. All right, I'm done. That was my rant. You hoes are silly.
Breeze, you got anything?
I have nothing more to add or say. Nope.
I'm actually
no
tweeting
rants
a lot
for-
of this right now.
No
as we
rant.
speak.
Hey man.
No rants for Breeze today. Nope.
I forgot what mine was.
Yeah, I'm not. Nope. If y'all want to follow
man.
if y'all want to follow at Coach Breeze _ on Instagram and Cooling Up with Coach Breeze podcast on YouTube. My only rant is I got like 2,000 something followers and only 40 subscribers. So please subscribe because I know y'all out there. Other than that, I ain't got nothing to rant about because Keyz just, yeah, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. Good.
I had to tweet that out.
We acknowledge our tribal keys.
Hey man,
We acknowledge our
Roman
tribal-
is back. I'm about to change that. I'm no longer your girl's favorite Potter. I'm Tribal Keyz. Don't worry about it.
Tribal Keyz.
I'm so glad. I'm glad Roman's back, man. TV wrestling is watchable again. Roman's back.
Hey,
It's crazy that we're saying that.
hey,
Tribal Keyz is incredible.
leave.
It is, yo. I'm actually changing my
Leave
joint.
I might gotta go be that on social media somewhere. Tribal Breeze.
Hey, bro, it works.
I need more tattoos. So my arm is more filled out, so it looks Samoan to the untrained to the untrained eye.
Hey man. For the tribal keys, for Coach Breeze, and for myself, the Gel Blasters, all other sponsors at CDB Multi.
Hey, man, we creeping up on episode 52, guys. 50.
Yeah, go crazy for that one.
Weeks.
The Tribal Milkman. Hey, bro, this is why we don't let Dre come on the damn pod no more.
You know
This is
what?
why.
See,
That's that shit like that. Shit like that. That's why.
exactly.
This is why you stick to your own pod. Shit like that. See? Hey, man, you know what?
Nope.
I tell you.
Anyway,
I tell you. Hey, man, y'all have a blessed one, man. We see y'all next week.
yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
For sure.
Dope UFC weekend this weekend too. Let me